Testing, testing. Hey everybody, Jim Weller here, and good morning. We are here. This is our second show from Milton, Delaware. We've actually never been to Milton. We've been to Milton, we just never did the show live from Milton. So you are watching a show called Weller Does Delmarva, and it is made from scratch. It's very professionally produced, and then I take over and it just unravels by the minute. So anyway, it gets all set up in advance, just like this, as you can see, and then once I get going, I don't even pay attention to things. So if you have never seen this show, just relax, get a cup of coffee, and set it away from you in case you bust out laughing or something. But we have a lot of fun. We're going to probably have some giveaways. We're going to have different guests. We're going to talk about a lot of things to a lot of people. And then we're going to go all the way till 9 o'clock this morning. So it's a live show. I see Rob Petrie has arrived. A lot of people know him. He's one of the more famous news reporters in the state of Delaware. Oh, the United States. I'm sorry. But anyway, just want to let you know he'll be joining us sometime during the show this morning. I think Colin Walls is going to have a word or two with me, and we're here. We're sitting in Milton, Delaware, inside of a restaurant called Beach's Restaurant, and they have got a great breakfast menu. They call them classic breakfasts. I had bacon, and it was cooked really, really good, and I had pancakes, and they were cooked exceptionally well. So I had really, really good and exceptionally well. So we have a studio audience here. We have a lot of people. They're pretty well behaved most of the time, except for when they're awake.
Right.
But anyway, so Colin, it's picture time, first of all.
It is picture time.
Linda's
Good morning.
first day back from her big trip. Okay, Linda, are you ready? Please tell us.
No.
All right,
She
here
had
we
the
go.
camera upside down again.
She
didn't
did. She did. Oh, gosh.
Not this time. No.
Not this time.
So,
All
good
right.
morning, Jim.
Busy morning.
It's
Second
busy
week in a row we've been here.
Yes.
How exciting.
It is exciting. It's exciting for Delmarva, TV Delmarva, as a matter of
Yes,
fact. It's
yes.
exciting for us. So we got news director Rob Petrie here and anchor, news director, anchor, reporter,
Reporter.
investigative reporter,
Okay.
journalist.
Right. He drives the journalist vehicle. Is that correct?
He does, yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's
All
right.
So he's going to talk to us about some things.
Yeah, he'll be
and,
here 8:30. He'll be on.
8:30
yes. Yep.
a.m. Stay with us all morning.
All
till
morning.
9
He's got a
o'clock
big
anyway,
interview
so-
set up for this weekend, so
Oh,
we've
good.
got some big news. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we broke a pretty big story yesterday, and it's he'll talk to you a little bit about it.
All
I think.
right.
I don't think he's going to reveal everything.
Ask
but
him to
he'll
not
tell
be
you a little
shy
bit
when he comes
about-
on.
Right.
To just
yeah.
let it rip. Let it all out.
Right. So we do have a news department here at TV Delmarva, so you can tune in every weekday, 4 p.m.
Yep,
for our
every
4
day.
p.m. news. We're over the air, Channel 14. Point your antenna towards Seaford. Rescan.
Yep,
Look for
and it
Channel
pops up.
14. Yep. If you don't have an outdoor antenna, go to your Roku. If you have a Roku device or a Roku TV, you can search
Download
for
the
the
channel.
channel TV Delmarva.
Right. TV
Find us there. You
Delmarva.
can watch all 5 of our channels right there. We have the newest channel too. It's doing really well. I'm getting lots of good feedback.
Are you
on
really?
Retro
Retro.
TV, channel 14.3. So it's got lots of old shows on it. Yeah,
Let's call him mature.
Mature,
Lots of-
right.
As I get older, I would rather be called mature than
that's
old.
that's our
But-
classic channel. So TV
Classic.
Delmarva does play a couple. A few times we have some old movies a day, but most of our shows are more. They're new shows, actually.
Right.
Yeah, for the majority of them.
They're new old shows.
No, they're new shows. So.
TV
So-
Delmarva, it's the happening thing, man.
Yeah, it is.
Every day I talk to somebody who's like, oh, I'm watching this new TV station, or I hear you talk about it, and how do I get it, and so on and so forth. So I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time.
It is an exciting time, and things are going really well. And if you're looking to get the word out about your business or your
Yes.
organization, please
Call
contact
Jerry.
me.
No,
Con-
I'm
right.
just kidding. That's a whole nother commercial.
You like that one?
I really like it. I saw it yesterday.
Right, it's
Yep,
pretty
call
good. Isn't
Jerry.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what to do when you see that commercial.
Call Jerry.
Exactly.
Right.
So anyway,
Colin.
if you're looking for advertising, and we can come up with creative solutions like that ad for you.
Yes.
We've got a new advertiser coming on board. We will announce them probably next weekend.
Okay.
So it's a HVAC company. So we're really
yep,
excited
real
to have
good one,
them.
yep.
Yeah. Real good people, good family, veteran-run business.
Right.
good,
Well
solid.
known. They know what they're doing.
Exactly. Been
So,
around since 1986, I think.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty good.
that's a little bit of time in business.
Right.
So yeah.
So,
anyway,
TV Delmarva.
if you're looking to advertise your business, get up with me, Colin. I'm the general manager. I'm the owner of TV Delmarva. 302-242.
8015.
8015. Yeah.
Right. 242 8015.
Oh, I've got so many numbers
you
going
were
through my
say
head.
422.
8110. I was going to
is
say
your
Wall
store,
Service
Wall
Center.
Service Center.
Right. That got me all confused.
Yep.
302-242-8015. Call or text me. Text me until 9 today. After that, you can give me a call.
Okay.
So thank you, Jim.
I want to switch gears real quick. I
Okay.
don't know if you've heard of this or not. Oh, go on the radio. Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Next time.
Something
All
I
right.
discovered this week. All right, we're prepping for the radio, everybody. So this is when we do our hair, make sure there's nothing in our teeth. So we are live. We're right here. Is that Chris Callio? Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it. In his presence 2 days in a row. 2 weeks in a row. That's right. You weren't there yesterday. He wasn't. I knew something. I thought it was the water was not right. It was a little quiet. All right. So anyway, good morning, everybody. Jim Weller here, and you are watching a live show. We're actually going to do a collage and tell you all about the show. So we're just here. We're sitting inside Beach's restaurant in Milton, Delaware. People are ordering breakfast. I think that somebody was trying to get his drink ready, and I interrupted him. So anyway, if you're ready for the collage, I'm ready for the collage. If not, I'll just wing it for a while. So you ready? Here's the collage, everybody. Pay attention. We're taking a picture. How you doing today?
This week on Weller Does Delmarva, Tom Summers of Delaware State Parks drops in. Mike Sandoe from Weller's Utility Trailers chats. Alana Carver of Blades Volunteer Fire Company visits. Roger Whitford talks about a 9/11 memorial. Norman J. Jones from Ellendale Fire Company stops by. TV Delmarva's Colin Walls of Walls Service Center checks in. We are live from the Beach's Seafood Restaurant in Milton, Delaware. And now, here's your host, Jim Weller.
Good morning, and that's a little bit of what's going to happen in that voice that you hear every week. Do that collage. That is Cool Bobby B. You probably heard him on the Sirius Radio. He's got a doo-wop show, and it's Bob Backman. Everybody remembers Bob, and he does my voiceover for the collage every week, and we're honored to have your help, Bob, so thank you. What a good voice he's got. Hey, the Clayton Theater, you hear me talk about him every week. This is a sponsor segment. Want to let you know, if you're looking for something to do one night, you want to go out to the movies, take somebody to the Clayton Theater, okay? Take your better half, take your other half, take whoever you want to take, but the Clayton Theater is in downtown Dagsboro, been there like 70 years, and it's an old-time movie theater with new-time equipment. So anyway, they play first-run movies. You can learn a lot about them at their website, which is ilovetheclayton.com. And I'm going to give you 2 tickets for free, so I'm going to make a note here. And when you call, and I'm going to give you a new number to call. When you call this number, you have to tell me what you're calling for, okay? And it's 2 tickets to the Clayton. So you dial this number. It's 302. You ready for the rest of it? 751-5001. I'll answer it, and then you just say, hey, Jim, it's me. I want 2 tickets to the Clayton. I'll set them aside for you at Weller's in Bridgeville, and you can pick them up next week, Tuesday through Saturday. If you want 2 tickets to the Clayton, call that number, 302-751-5001. Now, I got a lot of guests this morning. This is Tom Summers, and he is with the Delaware State Parks. I believe he's a historian. Is that correct?
That is correct, Jimmy.
Good. Well, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I want to tell you a little bit about what we got going on in state parks in terms of history.
All right.
A couple of updates.
Oh, can I ask you a question first?
Sure.
I saw a picture of some train track on the beach. Is there some train track buried in the sand somewhere?
I'd have to check on that.
Okay.
Do you know where it was?
I don't remember where it was. It might not have even been Delaware for all I know. But I saw this picture. So let's move on from that. I'm sorry, but I sidetracked you talking about the train tracks.
You're fine.
All right.
Listen, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Fire Control Tower number 3.
Where's that one?
Well, it's at Delaware Seashore Park.
Okay.
And when you and I were kids and driving down in Ocean City, probably on what's now
Right.
Route 1, we'd always look over and see this massive tower and think that was really neat. Wouldn't it be cool to go inside that?
Right.
Well, what's happening is they've restored that tower so that this summer
Really?
we're going to be able to go to the top of that tower, and you're going to have like a
Really?
panoramic view of not
They put
only
an elevator in it?
you have to walk the stairs
In a circular
Yes.
motion?
And
Okay.
then when you get to the top, you're going to be able to actually see the ocean from that viewpoint, as well as Delaware's inland
Really?
bays. So that's going to be
This
a
summer?
great experience. Yeah, it's going to happen this summer at some
It'll be a
point.
good picture opportunity.
It'll be an excellent opportunity for that, something like
So
that.
you walk around it, How many steps is it?
Oh, I don't know how many steps it is.
It's at least 100.
It's probably more than that. You're right, Joe.
Okay.
A couple other things. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
A couple other things going on
Okay.
in western Sussex County. You've got
Okay.
Bethesda Church, which is at Trap Pond State
Yep.
Park. And that's an excellent example of a church from the mid-19th century. There's not a lot of country churches left from that time period, but Bethesda is an excellent example of one. And
Can you go inside of it?
You can go inside of it. There's actually a cemetery which is associated with it,
Really?
and it's still being used. Families that have people buried out there are still using it as an
Really?
active cemetery. But Bethesda Church, and it's part of the Trap Pond State Park.
All right.
So if you make it over to Western Sussex, that's one of the things you can see over there in the state park.
That's over 100 years old.
Over 100 years old, yes.
Isn't it amazing how buildings used to last?
It is. And we're trying to take care of these buildings as best we can, and we think it's an
Okay.
important thing to do in order to take care of our history here in Delaware as well, and
I agree.
specifically Sussex County.
And it still has pews in it?
It still has seating in it. I'm not sure if it's pews or not. Not
Okay.
at this point. It's just chairs. But the idea is possibly to put pews in at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it have electric? Or did them lights used to burn
It
candles?
does have electric in it.
Really?
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wonder how they always make an old building functional.
And that's
know?
a story in itself. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
right.
I bet it's a lot of time, too. All right, what else?
Something else we'd like to talk about is Rosedale Beach. Have you ever heard of Rosedale Beach?
No,
Jimmy?
where's that at?
Rosedale Beach is actually located where the Gull Point complex is located off of 24. It's at
Really?
the Rosedale boat launch.
Okay. And there's a beach there.
Well, there's a small beach there, but what
Okay.
happened there was actually a resort there in the early through the late 20th century for people of color.
Really?
And it was an amazing place because they had a hotel there and they had top line entertainment. People such as Aretha Franklin,
No kidding.
Stevie Wonder, Ray
Really?
Charles, Sam Cooke,
All performed
artists such
there.
as all performed there in their prime. In fact,
Is the building still there?
the building is not there. There's
Okay.
nothing really left in terms
a
of
little bit of beach.
structures. Gull Point is there
Wow.
now. So we've actually done a video on that, and you can
Okay.
go on the Delaware State Parks website to see that
And just watch it online?
and watch it online. And we've interviewed
Okay.
not only the people that came there during that time and saw some of the great artists that I mentioned before, but also because it was a segregated resort, the whites would actually come and see it too, but they would come in boats and actually stay out in the water and
Really?
watch the programs from there.
Wow,
So it's an
how
interesting story.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
would
interesting
say.
story, and a lot of people don't know about it.
Wow. All right. Name brand artists are still coming today. You know, in other words, to Lower Delaware. It was an amazing time back then.
It was. They had that
Gosh.
type of entertainment come in there. And we heard some amazing stories about the place itself and some stories about the specific artists as well.
Wow.
So-
all right. So that's a video we can watch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And what's the website called?
Well,
Delaware
it's
State Parks,
it's
or-
destateparks.com, and you can it's community histories.
Okay.
You can also go on YouTube and look
Okay.
for Rosedale
Find it there.
Beach Preserving the Legacy.
Wow, Rosedale Beach. All right. I'm going to check that one out. What else you got for me there?
We got the Harbor Refuge, the Breakwater Lighthouse. And of course, it's an amazing story about the lighthouses which went there from the beginning of colonialism. Really, there was a lighthouse there actually is earlier than the Revolutionary War. The first one was.
Really?
And of course, that one fell into the sand in 1926.
Okay.
And
the whole structure.
Yeah, and they knew it was going to fall, so they had actually started with the one that's at the Breakwater now. That site, they started building one there in the latter part of the 19th century.
How did an old lighthouse light? Did they burn something?
Yeah, they did. They burned. Originally,
Really?
they burned whale oil, and then
No
it
kidding.
just and then it went from
And they
that
had
to
glass
water.
that maybe
Yeah,
magnified
yeah.
it or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the first one that actually, when it fell in the ocean in 1926, that was big news here in Sussex County.
The fall?
The fall of it. And like I said before, they knew it was going to fall, but there was
Right.
a lot of people, when the news spread that it had fallen, a lot of people came with what other transportation they had and they grabbed the stone and the rocks.
Okay.
And that's where the story that a lot of Sussex County homes have fireplaces made out of the stone that came from the Cape and Lopin Lighthouse.
They weren't just taking one rock.
No, they were taking
enough to build something.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
And
how
you don't
cool.
hear that a lot these days, but
Right.
sometimes when you look at a house, a realtor might tell you that it's built from the stone that came from the lighthouse itself.
That's very interesting.
So, but the Breakwater Lighthouse, that's actually been up for a number of years. It's been renovated a number of times. The last time was in 2011.
Okay.
There's always the need to have some type of lighthouse in that area. The original lighthouse, the area where that was located, is probably about a quarter mile to a half mile out into the ocean now. So, so we couldn't even put up. So that's why they needed to put a new lighthouse.
I would say.
So.
Wow. All right. If people wanted to learn about the parks or what all that Delaware's parks have to offer, there's just one website, right? Parks?
DED State Parks. Yes.
Right. And then it steers them to wherever they want to go or look at or whatever.
That's true. Or just go and visit one of the parks and see what's, because there's such a variety of parks throughout
How many
Delaware.
parks is there?
There's 17.
17 parks?
Yeah.
In a 3-county state?
Yes.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
It is and those are just state parks.
Just state parks,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
We're talking about county parks or municipal
And there's
parks.
something to see in all of them.
Absolutely. And there's a wide variety.
Fresh air, whatever.
Absolutely.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to hit?
No, I think that's about it, Jimmy. Did you have any other questions for me? Or?
Well, I wanted to know the park passes. Are they in and for sale now?
They are.
Okay. There was something earlier where they didn't have something.
Oh, you're talking about the surf.
Not the surf tags. I thought the park passes. I thought for some reason they didn't have the stickers or the glue or something. Or maybe I'm wrong on that.
No, I believe that was the problem
Just
they were having with the
surf tags.
Yeah.
Okay. So the parks are all open now.
They are all open, yes.
Okay. And from the storm this week, did we have any problems that are going to affect any of the parks?
Well, as you probably saw the pictures from the beach, so that's going to be an issue with some of the erosion that you saw.
Because nothing can get fixed quickly on that, can it?
Not quickly, no. Something like that would be, it would have
later
to,
in the year.
Yeah, it would have to take place. Or there's some things they can do, but there's probably trees that came down throughout the parks, things such as that.
Now you're the parks historian. How many is there in Delaware historians?
Well, there's plenty of historians, but there's
Okay.
only one that actually works with state
department.
parks.
Okay.
And we handle the cultural resources which are found in each of the parks throughout the state.
So, how'd you get that position? This sounds like a very interesting position.
Well, I've always been interested in Delaware history.
Okay.
And I had a long career working at the Delaware Public Archives. And then when this position came open, I thought it'd be a real good match.
Right.
And that's why I applied for that position, because I thought it's a little different from what I was doing at the archives, but it's very exciting, and there's something new every day, it seems.
Delaware has a lot of history, doesn't it?
It does. It has a tremendous amount of history.
It really does. You just need to dig for it.
Yeah, that's true.
know,
You do need to dig
it's
for
there,
it. It takes some
but-
time, but there's plenty of it there for you to take.
A lot of good, interesting stories.
Sure.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to thank you for joining us, okay? I do have a couple things for you. I'd like to give you a keychain, if I could. This is a Weller's keychain. I haven't given you one before, have I?
No, you haven't.
All right. Now, my question is, do you like ice cream at Vanderwin's?
I love
Or
ice
do
cream.
you avoid ice cream?
I do not avoid ice cream. I should, but I don't.
Okay, I just wanted to check. So I'm going to give you a couple gift cards to Vanderwin's. And then there's one more thing I'd like to give you gift cards to, is the Clayton Theater. Now, that's been there 70
Dagsboro.
years. Yep. Have you ever been?
I have been there. My mother grew up in Dagsboro.
Well, I'm going to give you 2 tickets.
Great.
I'd like you
very
to
much.
go again, if you would, please.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
That is all, Jimmy. I appreciate your time and
I
inviting me.
appreciate you coming.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good, safe weekend.
You too.
All right, see ya. All right, Tom Summers, there he goes. Lots of things going on in the Delaware State Parks Department. Every time I have somebody on, I'm like, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about this. So check it out. Delaware is full of some good history. All right, with that said, I see a lot of people have arrived this morning, and we've got Johnny the Cook. We're ready for Johnny the Cook. Whenever this is Jonathan, not Johnny, Jonathan, one of the main veins of this establishment, Beach's Restaurant. He's a cook. So first we're going to take a picture right over here, young man. This is for our facial recognition. So talk right into the mic and just tell me, what's your name?
Jonathan Harris,
Jonathan Harris. Where are you from?
Lincoln.
Lincoln, Delaware?
Yes.
Man, that is the best town in Delaware, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
There's nothing like it. And it's got a Dollar General now.
Yes, we do. We got a Dollar General now.
Isn't that like big news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better good for us.
Yeah, it has been good for us. I agree. So you're the cook here.
Yes.
And I believe you told me you've kind of been here since almost the beginning.
Since we opened here.
Really?
Yes.
A couple years ago or so.
Well, going on 2 years now.
2 years. Wow. And so you have seafood. There's no question about that.
Yes, we do.
But the pancakes, how do you make those pancakes so good? They're different. They taste different than what I've tasted before.
Made from scratch.
Really?
Everything's all good except the lure that grandma had.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So did your grandmother teach you?
No, I learned on my own. Just
So-
don't use the lure.
Okay. So we got the pancakes, but your bacon is just nice and crispy. How you doing that? Do you bake that or fry it?
Fry it.
Fry it. Well, you
Yes.
really must have the heat cranked up back there.
Yeah, and keep my eye on it so I don't
Okay.
overcook it.
I was here the other day. I had one of your burgers. In other words, what is it? Thursday, $10 for a burger.
Yes.
And even if you get crab dip on it, it's still only $10 for the burger.
Yes, it is.
Wow. So and they're made from scratch, evidently.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then through the day, you've got seafood, and into the evening. You're open every day except for Tuesday.
Every day except Tuesday.
What do you do on Tuesdays?
Oh, that's my day to take my all
Get
my
everything done.
Yeah.
All right.
Nap a little bit.
Okay.
Rest up.
Well, you're here a lot, and they have a lot of good food here. It's all prepared from scratch.
Yes.
Okay, so you're at the Milton location. They have one in Lewis too, right?
Yes, we have one in Lewis too.
Okay, and when are the crabs going to be available?
They're available all the time.
Are they really?
Yes.
Okay.
On Mondays here we have our crab special.
What's that?
$55 for a dozen of crabs and a pound of shrimp.
Really?
Yes.
On Mondays.
Every Monday.
I can dine in for $55, get a dozen crabs and a pound of shrimp.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Well,
at our other location in Lewis, it's every day.
Every
Except
day.
Tuesday, beside we close.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to encourage people to come in. If you want to ask for Jonathan, he's busy, right? You're
Yes.
busy, but
Yes.
maybe you could take a selfie with him just for the heck of it. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Hold on. I got something for you. I got a keychain for you. And do you possibly eat ice cream?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Vanderwins?
No.
Okay, Vanderwins. This will be great. They got one in Greenwood. They've got one outside of Greenwood. They got one in Dewey and Fenwick Island. That's a gift card for Vanderwins.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Anything else?
No, sir.
How was it being on the show?
Oh, great.
Okay, we're glad to be here. Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. You have anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay, I'll see you. Get out
All
of
right.
here. Bye. There he goes. Jonathan, the chef. If you wondered who's cooking that food, there he is right there. He does a good job. All right, Dry Zone, another good sponsor of the show. You hear me talk about them all the time. Bill and Heather Anderson, we appreciate you. And if you need anything that Dry Zone does, let me just say it like this. There's nobody that does it like Dry Zone. Everybody and their brother is getting into the crawl space encapsulation business, but Dry Zone's been in it. They were in it before everybody was getting in it, and they know what they're doing. So if you have a crawl space that needs encapsulating, nobody does it like Dry Zone. Also, it's the time you're uncovering your pool, and if you're some of your concrete around the edge of your pool, one piece is rised up, one piece dipped down. You know how it's like a big square of concrete. They can level that with their poly level. They drill these holes in it and pump this stuff in it, and before you know it, it's leveled up. If you got a leaky basement and you need some help with that, you need a sump pump put in, or you want to do some remodeling in your basement, they have these wall panels and stuff like that are good as far as moisture type areas. So they do a lot of things. They have whole nother division called Hello Garage, which also can remodel your garage and make it look spiffy and new and coat the floor and put some cabinets up and things like that. So anyway, Dry Zone is an amazing company. They're locally owned and locally operated. Bill and Heather Anderson own the company and run it. They've been in business a long time. They're right there on Route 16, Beach Highway, the Big Red Barn. If you're looking for a career change, they are always, no matter when, they're always looking for more teammates to join Team Dry Zone. So if you're looking for a career change, you want to work for a company that's passionate about exceptional customer service. They don't want you to just want a job. They want you to make a difference because they work on people's homes, which is their biggest investment. So anyway, Dry Zone is always looking to talk to you if you're looking for a career change. Hello Garage is hellogarage.com. Dry Zone is dryzone.com. Phone number is 302-684-5034. That's 684-5034. All right, and people say, where are we at? We're sitting inside of Beach's Restaurant in Milton, Delaware. And people say, well, what kind of breakfast can you possibly get at a seafood restaurant? Well, you can get pancakes and French toast for like 2 pancakes or 2 slices of French toast with a choice of meat for just $6. And again, it's made from scratch, okay? So it's a great restaurant. They've got eggs, they've got a kids special, they've got a lot of breakfast specials, they've got sausage links, bacon, scrapple, little bit of everything, very affordable, made from scratch, Beaches Restaurant in Milton, Delaware. Get up and get on down here. We got a lot of different guests today. Who's going to be on next? We're going to talk to Colin again at 7:30, and then we're going to talk to Mike Sandoe from Weller's. We're going to talk to Alana Carver from the Blades Fire Company. Is that right? They got a big event coming up, and we've got Roger Whitford's going to be joining us, and Norman J. Jones. So that's a busy morning, okay? There's just a lot going on here today, and it's just one thing after another. And if you would please share the show. If you're watching on Facebook and you can hit the share button and let people know, feel free to do that, all right? We've got, like I say, lots of different things going on. The food is moving. Who is here? I see Steve and Frank, and I see Chris. All right, who else have I got? Mike is here. Norman is here. Rob Petrie's here. I see, is that Ron Hagan again? Oh, my God, he's graced us with his presence 2 weeks in a row. All right. And is that your sister with you? Oh, that's your wife. I'm sorry. But anyway, his daughter. Okay. All right. And then I see Pat and Snooky. And so we're having a good time. So we're having a good time here. The place is full. So there's room. There's still some tables. They've got the tables all numbered now because what they're doing, they're keeping track of who's a high maintenance customer and who's just a regular customer, and they're numbering them is what they're doing. So anyway, come on down. Come on down. Either today, if you can't make it today, come down sometime. 7 to 9 every Saturday morning for the next 6 months. This is where we're going to be. We're going to call it home, okay? L&W Insurance Agency. You hear me talk about them each and every week. I talk to them quite often, in other words. So if you have insurance and you just want to get a second opinion there, this is a sponsor segment, you can call L&W. They'll glance at your insurance. They'll tell you what you got, whether they would consider a change or not. They'll let you know. You know who else is here today? I forgot to mention is Jim and Linda Bosco. They are hot off the trail. They've been on vacation, and it was almost a struggle to get through the show without them last week. So I don't want to neglect to mention them because Linda will cop an attitude with me if I don't mention her name. So anyway, I'm just messing. So anyway, I want to go back to L&W Insurance Agency and just tell you, if you need insurance, they are a great company to deal with. And they have an office now in Ocean View. They also have one up in Greenville. They have one in Dover. And I like dealing with them because I just call them on the phone. And then I talk to them, and I've been dealing with them for years, whether it's personal insurance, whether you're just a renter, whether you need just residential insurance. You don't have to be a business to deal with L&W. Car insurance, if you need health insurance, life insurance, whatever you may need, you give L&W a call at 302-856-7828. That's 856-7828, lwinsurance.com on the web. Tell them that you heard about them on Weller Does Delmarva if you would. And they'll take good care of you. All right. Now, what else? We gave away some gift cards to the Clayton. I had some phone calls. So I would like to ask, if you won something, I'd like you to just win one thing a week, if you would. I have sometimes, somebody wants a little bit of everything. So just got to pick which one of those things you want, if you would. All right. And you got to pick them up at Weller's in Bridgeville. And while you're there, we wouldn't be offended if you bought something from us, okay? So anyway, the whole purpose of these gift cards is to get you into Weller's, so maybe you'll do some business or at least tell somebody about us, all right? So with that said, Weller's is going to be open today, and we've got a very busy day planned, okay? Chuck told me that we're going to sell like 15 trailers today, and I'm really happy that he's thinking that, and it's not impossible. We've done it before. I think we've sold 20 in one day before. So with that said, Wellers.com, we've got a lot of trailers in stock. We've got great pricing. We buy them right. We're a volume buyer. We sell them right. We got new, we got used, and if you have a trailer and you want to just sell it to us, like you say, I don't need it any longer, I'd like to have the money, bring it on in and we'll just stroke you a check and buy your trailer right off of you. I hear the music. Switch over to TV Delmarva right now. Colin Walls is getting ready to join me, and I don't want you to miss anything. All right, to my TV audience, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you. TV Delmarva is growing by the week. If you would, we ask one thing of you. Just tell one person a week about TV Delmarva, if you would.
And ask them to tell one person.
Yes.
Or 10.
One tells one, and before you know it, the whole world knows about TV Delmarva.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We're
That's it.
growing. I mean,
We're
by the
growing.
day,
By the day.
for sure. So I'm
Yep.
getting lots of good feedback from people, saying
Good.
they're watching, they like it, and they're happy with all the channels we're adding. So
You are
right now,
adding
let's talk
channels.
about
Wall
Service Center. Yeah, you've
Okay.
got that other envelope. I wish I had those still.
It's
I don't
in
need
my
it.
bag.
No, I don't need
Okay,
it because
okay.
I don't want to show it because it's
Right.
it's a really nice envelope and I can't
But
get
I
them anymore.
witnessed something yesterday.
What did you witness?
You talked about this checklist that you do for no charge with an oil change.
Yes,
And I watched a lady walk over to you
intentionally.
intentionally and
Yes.
say, I've never seen one of them.
Right.
Which made me think, as a consumer, I deal with Wall Service Center.
Mm-hmm.
I like getting my oil changes there, but beyond the good service and the fair pricing and the quality parts, I like this checklist because it gives me like a checkup. How is my vehicle doing?
Well, so we used to do this checklist, but we never actually had the checklist. We always would check it over, and if you don't have a list in front of you, sometimes you'll tend to forget something.
Well, true.
So
And you
we
want
have this
something they can
list.
take with 'em.
Exactly. We have this list so we can, number one, we'll know that we're doing it. We're
Right.
checking things off. We've got a list in front of us. We're following every time. And when you do it the same way every time, you get consistency.
Correct.
And you just get the product that you want in the end. And what we want is an informed consumer.
Right.
We want people to know,
Not trying to talk them into nothing.
Right. Are my brakes, getting low? Should I
Right.
start thinking about it? Let's start budgeting for it.
Yep.
Tires. We don't even sell tires, but we're going to let you know
The depth of the tread.
the depth of the tread. Are you going to need tires? Do they need to be rotated? Are they wearing funny? We're looking to
Right.
see if they're wearing funny. Well, that means you've got something wrong in your front end or
Yeah.
the rear end of it. So we're looking at things like that. Belts, hoses. We're checking your battery. In the wintertime. In the fall, we check your battery and we say, well, your battery's down to about
Yeah, like you hook a-
55%.
Right,
The
that's
first cold
important to
day,
know.
your car is not going to start.
Right.
So-
and you're like, why didn't you tell me ahead of time?
Exactly. So we can give you a warning, and just prevent any breakdowns or prevent most breakdowns by doing this.
And you tell them the thickness of their brake pads too?
Yeah, so we don't just say, hey, it looks like you're going to need some brake pads soon. We say,
You measure it.
we actually give you measurements. So we don't just, eye it up and just say, oh, yeah, they're okay,
Right.
or whatever. We say, there's 3 millimeters left. Let's start really thinking about it. 3 millimeter and below. Let's start thinking about it. You're going to need it probably within the next oil change.
And this is no extra charge.
No extra charge at all.
And the lady yesterday, it was evident
Yeah.
that nowhere in her life that she'd had an oil change ever
They presented her with this.
She was like, I'd like to see that.
Right. She wanted to see the actual paper. And it's when
So
you look
if-
at it, it's very easy to read. So you're not looking
It's
at
in
something
English.
super technical. It's in English. It's very easy
The
to read.
letters
if you
are big
speak
enough I
English.
could see
right.
them.
But you don't even have to speak English because it's red, yellow, and green.
That's
and
true.
we all pretty
Right.
much know what red, yellow, and green means.
Right.
So and then it's got details beyond that. But at a quick glance, you can look at it and say, oh, my brake pads are in the red. I need brake pads.
Yeah, and you may be aware that you're getting ready to take a 2,000-mile trip,
Right. Yeah.
or you got no trip planned.
Oh,
So-
speaking of that, I recommend if you're having your car checked up before you go on a trip, don't do it the day before you're going on a trip.
Good idea.
That's-
Right.
Because if we
Plan
do
ahead.
find something,
You got to get the parts.
right?
That may
yeah,
take
and,
a few hours too.
And
half
parts
of it.
parts aren't as easy to get as they used to be.
yeah.
So we are struggling at times, to get parts.
And you
with
like to
supply
use
issues.
quality parts.
Exactly. Yes, we don't just want to pull some piece of junk, just because it's
Right.
close to us.
Right.
We
And-
would rather have something we know is going to last and is going to work
And you'll
good
be
for the
proud of.
consumer. Yeah. And then once you get all this done, you get the free roadside assistance.
Okay.
24/7,
Right.
365 days a week. Free roadside assistance just for having your oil changed at Wallace Service Center, nationwide.
Backed by Allstate.
Actually, double nationwide.
Right.
Canada
AC.
and United
Really?
States. Oh yeah, it's good in the United States or Canada.
I didn't know it.
Yeah. So
Well,
now you can go.
Now
to
I'm going to take a trip to Canada.
Right. That's the only
I
thing
had
that was
no
holding
idea.
me back,
That was
wasn't it?
what was holding me back.
So anyway, Jim,
All right.
we'll talk a little bit more about that later on.
I love dealing with Wall Service Center. You will too.
What were you going to tell me
Downtown
earlier?
Milford. I forgot already. Oh, I was just going to tell you something I discovered. You know how you're always giving out your cell phone number?
Yes.
I found out that there's this Verizon thing you can get to where you can have a second phone line in your phone.
Really?
So you could have one phone line for people calling about TV Delmarva, and then you could have the other one just for when I call you. So, in other words, that way you'll know which one to answer
Weller
and which
hotline.
one to ignore.
Right.
So,
Right.
But I didn't realize that. So that you can have these two phone lines in
That
one
is
cell
interesting.
phone. My daughters have this business called Sign Gypsies, and this way they'll know if somebody's calling just for Sign Gypsies or if it's everybody else.
And they
that's
don't have to
calling
give
them.
out their personal
Right, they
number,
don't have to
so.
give, and if that call comes in the middle of the night, you can silence it so it doesn't ring past, whatever time, like in my case, it would be midnight, don't ring past midnight. Some people would be, don't ring past 8 o'clock, so.
Jim, 2 o'clock in the morning, if you want to
You
buy
can call me.
advertising, you can call Jim. He will
Right.
have himself ready to go.
And I
for
will
you.
answer the phone,
Yes.
so you can call me
For
at
sure.
3 in the morning you're stuck in a snowdrift.
Right, and say, I would
So-
like to buy the first half hour of your show off you, Jim.
There you go.
That would get him up and moving.
Money talks, and it makes me walk. All right,
right.
how's that?
All right.
All right, thanks, Colin.
See ya.
All right. So anyway, we just want to say good morning. Thank you, everybody that has arrived. In other words, we got a good group of people. Is that Guada over there? Good morning. Is that Brad? Good morning, Brad. So everybody's here. Everybody's arrived. It's been a pretty good day so far. Let me do a quick sponsor segment. I did mention Vanderwin's already, didn't I? Their ice cream is really good. People love it. Whether you want a cone. Oh, we're not on the radio yet. Now we're on the radio. Holy mackerel. I was all off track. Thanks a lot. So anyway, we're back on the radio. Everybody on the radio, listen to me. I keep referencing things for you to see. You can't see the bacon or see the pancakes, but you should be able to smell them through the radio. It's called smeller vision, okay? So anyway, just want to let you know the food here is really good. Where is here? It's in Milton, Delaware. We're at Beach's Restaurant. We've got a good crowd here. No fights have broke out. Everybody's been well behaved, and hopefully they're going to be generous tippers. So, some people are actually armed and educated here too. So just keep that in mind. So I just want to let you know we got a good group, and if you want to come and have breakfast, they've got breakfast is starting as $6. Okay, their pancakes are fantastic. So you can get French toast and meat, or pancakes and meat for only $6 at Beach's Restaurant in Milton, Delaware. Only on Saturdays and only on Sundays, okay? So with that said, I was talking about Vanderwin's ice cream. Everybody loves Vanderwin's. And I also am going to talk to Mike Sandoe in just a moment. But I want to brag on Blue Hen Fuel real quick. This is a sponsor segment, everybody. So Blue Hen Fuel is a fuel company in Lincoln. All right. And you could buy your propane from them. You could buy your heating oil from them. Or if you have a tank and you need gasoline or you need diesel fuel, I have one of each, and that's what I buy from them. But in other words, I know a lot of people buy their propane, and they're on the budget program. And the budget program starts, I believe, in June, to where you can, and they'll help you with this. They'll analyze your heating oil or your propane uses throughout the year. And then they will spread it out. I believe it's over 11 months. So, because here's the thing, right now, you might have been buying propane last year compared to this year at $2 a gallon less. So they bring you, 400 gallons of propane or heating oil, and it's, I don't know what, we'll just say $4, $5, $6 a gallon. That's a big bill. So by doing the budget program, you would pay a little bit each month over those 11 months. And then you would analyze whether you've paid enough, whether you have a credit, or whether you owe a little bit in the end. So if you want to talk about that, they'll help you, look at what you've been using and develop some type of a budget to spread it out over 11 months so it doesn't sting as bad when they bring that great big load. Also, they're still running that special for the month of May. If you've got your 20-pound tank for your gas grill at home, the 20-pound tank, you take it to Blue Hen Fuel in Lincoln, and for just $12, did I got that right? $12, they're going to fill that. That sounds awful cheap. It's a bargain. You got to mention me, you got to mention the show, and they'll fill your propane tank, your 20-pound one now, for your gas grill for $12, okay? So if you have any questions, they are big enough to serve you, small enough to know you. You're not just an account number to them. You're a customer, you're a friend, you're a neighbor, you're part of the community. They're good people. It's CP King, owns and operates Blue Hen Fuel. It was started by his uncle, Charles Harding. Everybody knew him. So anyway, if you have any questions, it's 302-424-4328. Dial it in that order. 424-4328, bluehenfuel.com, and mention me if you would. I think I get a penny for every customer that calls up, and goes from there. CP King, if you're awake, good morning. Come join us for breakfast. I'll buy your breakfast today. If you want to come, Beach's Restaurant in Milton, Delaware. All right? No gift cards, though. Just order breakfast. All right? Mike, we're taking a quick picture right here. Here we go. All right. What did he just say? That was not funny. Okay? Okay. Your typical joke, Steve. All right. So anyway, but I did hear it. Even in my old age, I'm still holding on to my hearing. I've let go of my hair, but I'm holding on to my hearing. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks, Jim. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Have you ever been here before?
No, I have not.
Okay, I believe you're a seafood man.
I am a huge seafood fan.
Wednesday is the day you want to come.
Okay.
2 nice meaty crab cakes and 2 sides. Not for $35, not for $30, not for $28, not for $25, $20. $20 on Wednesdays.
I'll be
2
here.
crab cakes and 2 sides. Okay, and very good food here. So
I read the reviews on the crab cakes. They're
Oh,
phenomenal.
Yeah, yep. So they've got it all. So I'm encouraging people. If you're busy, you got a lot going on. Just do me a favor and at least like their Facebook page, Beaches Restaurant. They got one in Lewis and they got one in Milton, and that's where we're at. Mike, you are the man in charge over there. You and Chuck are running the store for me. And how's the week been?
Oh, the week's been great. But I want to talk about a couple things.
Okay.
We're always trying to think of new, creative, and innovative products or services to bring to folks.
Yep.
So I'm under non-disclosure.
Okay.
I can't say much about it, but Chuck and I are working on something right now
Okay.
that hopefully maybe in a month we can break the news here on the show.
Okay.
But it's a very innovative product or service that would benefit many of our customers.
Okay.
And if I could just give a couple examples of
Right.
what we've done in the past year.
Okay.
We have this new GPS tracking and monitoring system.
We sell out of them all the time.
All the time. And it's just one of the new products that we brought to our customers that we think really, really will benefit them. And it is.
You put it on your trailer.
Yep.
I put one in a friend of mine's vehicle.
Yep.
In other words, and
Golf.
it works. A golf cart. So in other words,
Jet ski, ATV, anything.
Yeah.
Another innovative or creative product.
Well, let's explain what it does. Though.
Oh.
In other words, it tracks the device.
Right. If it
And
moves.
so it's got to do with at Weller's almost every day somebody calls us to let us know their trailer's been stolen.
Right.
And so as a deterrent, well, it won't deter somebody from stealing it.
No, but
it
they'll
will
catch
tell
them.
you the minute that trailer moves. You're going to know your trailer just moved.
That's right.
And I've got some business people that are going to buy it, so they will know what time their employees actually started moving.
Right.
In other words, or at least the vehicle started moving anyway.
So, it's not just a theft deterrent,
Right.
but as a business owner, you can track the
And you
productivity
just
of
bolt
your...
it right to it.
Yep.
I think you can just lay it in the glove box of a vehicle. And what are they? $250.
$250.
$20 a year, not a month, but $20 a year.
Right,
for monitoring.
Or $50 for 3 years.
Right. Okay. So that's what we're talking about, and we'll show you one. We got one over there, all activated and everything.
We like to play with Chuck when
Right.
When we move it, his phone goes crazy.
He thinks somebody stole it.
So it's
it's
sitting on the counter.
counter. Yeah.
So we like to joke around have fun at work, of course.
With Chuck. All right. Sorry about that, but
That's
I just
okay.
want to make sure they knew what we're talking about.
Well,
So-
another creative or innovative product that's really flying off the shelf is an aluminum truck bed. That
we're out of them, though.
we're out of the. We
got
carry
more coming.
6 foot and 8 foot. You can still pre-order.
Yep.
When we do sell out, our next load is hopefully June, possibly July.
Right.
But we can't keep them in stock, and in this salt air community
Well,
that
that's-
we live in,
Yep.
no rust truck bed.
Right. Virtually maintenance free.
Right.
Lightweight. You can carry a bigger load on your pickup by putting this on there. So tell me something we could sell somebody today.
Utility trailers, cargo trailers, equipment trailers, car haulers,
Okay.
sheds, carports,
All right.
Amish built playsets. It's springtime,
Oh, that's right.
and they have done a
Now
fantastic.
they're about 6 months when you order one. In other words, what's the time frame? Is it a year?
6 weeks.
6 weeks or 6 months?
Weeks.
That's almost hard to believe, but he said it.
6 to 8 weeks.
Really?
They were 12 weeks, but they are
wow,
pumping
I
them
thought
out.
They were 6 months. Okay.
no, not for the
All right.
playsets.
Okay.
The Amish built playsets, maintenance free, splinter free, paint free. They're pressure treated wood covered in vinyl.
All
So-
stainless steel hardware.
All stainless steel, and
right.
they will last your childhood.
I got somebody that's getting ready to buy one. They just had a baby, and they want to get one within the year. And their goal is to give it to their child when the child eventually moves.
And
I
it'll
said
last
these are pretty much lifetime investments.
Absolutely.
Right, they're made by the Amish. They do include delivery and setup
Yep.
right in your yard.
Absolutely.
You go to work that morning, you come home, and you can be swinging on the swing.
Right. Right.
All right. What else we got?
So, we're open 8 to 2 today. The
We have a
fog's
busy day planned already.
absolutely. The fog's going to lift, and we're going to have a big crowd there. They normally start really pouring in about 10 o'clock.
Okay.
But I know I have a couple customers coming, one for a shed and one for a trailer. So those are the ones I know about, but there'll be others.
Can you get a new shed custom ordered within 6 months?
Yes. How about 2 months?
Really? These time frames are
The Amish are pumping them out.
They are.
So if you buy one off the lot, it's about 4 weeks to get it delivered, but a custom built, they just lowered it from 3 months to 2 months.
You know what's nice about dealing with Amish companies? They don't have any help wanted positions. Their family's working. You don't work, you don't eat.
I had
So-
a voice message from them 6:30 this morning.
Really?
Yep.
Yep. I mean, they work up from sun up and work up. They work from sun up to sundown. All right, how do people reach us?
302-337-8228. In which order should they dial that?
In that exact order.
There you go, 302.
Don't rearrange the numbers. But it's safe to say in Sussex County, if you forget our number, just ask your neighbor. You know, you won't have to ask more than 3 people to figure out how to get a hold of Wellers.
I think we're on speed dial for Siri and
Everybody.
Alexa, so
Yep.
just ask
So,
Alexa or
yep.
Siri.
Yep. So anyway,
But anyway.
I Googled Jim Weller, James Weller recently, and I'm like, holy mackerel. I'm like at the top of the list. So
Anyway, hopefully we'll have some breaking news for you in about a month. It's a
Yeah.
very, very creative and innovative thing that will help many customers. I do want to appeal to any of our customers listening, watching here in the beautiful restaurant. If you have any ideas, we're always looking for ideas. Please contact me. You can email me at mike@wellers.com. Send us a message on our Facebook page. We love engaging with our customers, and some of the best ideas we've come up with didn't come from us. It came from you guys. So.
Right. What other services would you like us to provide? What other products would you like us to sell? Or do you have a building full of weird stuff you want to sell real cheap? Call me for that one. So anyway.
Yep.
All right, Mike,
All right.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.
Take care. See ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Mike Sandoe, everybody. Give him a call. Check him out at the store. And a lot of stuff going on. Today is a big day at Wilson's Auction. Wilson's Auction, between now and the end of this month, has got a lot of stuff going on. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary. Their 50th anniversary of being in Bilson, being in business. Wilson's Auction is celebrating their 50th anniversary. This is a sponsor segment. Right off the bat, they've got an online auction going on right now for a machine shop and a manufacturing facility, so you could check that out at wilsonsauction.com. Then, today, starting at 10 o'clock this morning, they've got a huge auction going on today with all kinds of things inside, outside, and everywhere. And then they've got a big estate auction coming up May 28th, and they're actually going to start that one at 9 in the morning. Okay? Then on Memorial Day, which is May 30th, they have another big auction. And then they also have an auction May 20th, which is a Friday in Harrington. They're going to sell some land. So they've got more things than I have got energy to talk about. So Wilson's Auction, go to wilsonsauction.com, all right? Click on where it says upcoming auctions, all right? And you're going to be blown away with all the opportunities you're going to have to go buy a bargain and spend some money, all right? You can buy some land in Harrington. You can buy antiques. They're going to have a lot of low-digit tags on Memorial Day. You don't want to miss that auction, but there's all kinds of antiques, collectibles, tractors, all kinds of things in these different auctions. So go to wilsonsauction.com or just go to Wilson's Auction today. 10 o'clock, there's an auction all day and into the evening. Tuesday nights, they have the auto auction at 6. Dave Wilson, thank you for your support. And if you go there, make sure you say hi to his team. Wilson's Auction does a good job. Been in business now 50 years, celebrating their 50th anniversary. So anyway, congratulations, all right? Now, with that said, I'm going to move on to my next victim. Oh, guest. We're going to talk about, is it Alana or Alana?
Alana.
Alana. Mm-hmm. I wasn't even in the ballpark. It's not a, all right. Alana, we're going to take a picture. Are you ready? This is Jim and Alana. All right. How many people live in Blades named Alana?
Probably not many.
All right. You're from Blades?
I'm actually in Seaford.
Oh my gosh, all the way across the river.
Oh yeah, so
Okay,
far
the
away.
canal or whatever. All right. But the Blades Volunteer Fire Department is getting ready to have a big event.
Yes, we are. We have an antique custom car and truck show with
Okay.
a vendor event attached to that. And then we also have a whole section of stuff for kids.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. And is this going to be soon?
So this is going to be not this coming Saturday,
Okay.
but 2 weeks from today at the Blades,
28th?
the 28th,
Okay.
from 9 to 3 at the Blades Fire Hall.
Really? So we're going to have a car show. All right. Going to be any fire trucks on display?
As far as I know, we will have some. And
Okay.
we're have a couple of different departments who might be bringing their vintage fire trucks as
Oh,
well.
really? That'll be cool. See what they were like.
Yeah,
All right. And then you're going to have things for kids to do?
absolutely. We're just finishing all the contracts to have a bouncy house in there.
Okay.
The Seaford Garden community is actually going to be having plants for kids to plant.
Really?
Painting rocks, a whole bunch of other things coming.
Wow. All right. So this is a free event,
Absolutely free.
free parking,
Free parking.
free sunshine,
Free sunshine.
free fresh air,
Free fresh air. We've got free.
tax-free shopping.
Absolutely.
All right. It's all happening in Blades.
In Blades, we have
right.
a band coming in. We
Oh,
have
really?
everything.
Okay. Are you a singer?
Oh my no.
Now, what role do you play?
So I am part of the triumvirate who actually organizes the show
Okay,
and
okay.
keeps
Well, that's a
everything
good
moving
idea.
the same direction.
All right. And Blades has got a fairly new firehouse. You can see
We do.
that. It's right in the park in front of it, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I've been to some other events there. So Blades has got it going on, don't they?
We do.
I mean, other towns just are in envy. In other words, of what Blades has going on. So, but we appreciate all you do. Is there vendor space? Like, can a person buy a spot?
Yes, absolutely. I do have a couple vendor spots left open.
Okay.
I have room for one more food truck.
Oh.
And we also have plenty of room for more sponsors.
What kind of
always.
food trucks we gonna have?
I do not have that
Is
information.
it gonna be any ice cream?
As far as I know, we do have one ice cream truck coming.
Any hot dogs?
Absolutely, for
Okay,
sure.
all right, just checking. Ice cream and hot dogs is all it would take to get me to Blades. Okay, so if you want to get a vendor spot, they're probably like a 10 by 10 spot or something
Yep,
like that.
10 by 10 spots. I
Okay.
believe indoors are $40 and outdoor are $20.
All right, that's certainly cheap enough.
Yes.
All right, so how does somebody reach somebody?
All right, you can actually find us on Facebook.
Facebook.
We do have an event posted there, and then you can also call John Angeles, 302-381-4252.
381-4252. John Angeles.
Correct.
And he's awake now?
Yes, he is.
Call John now, okay? Just to make sure. So
Yes.
if you want a vendor spot, so there's a little bit of room left, and it's going to be a good community event, all right?
Absolutely.
I'm glad you're doing this. Did you do one last year?
We did take last year off. We did one the year before last.
Okay.
And then the year before that, we were at the Seaford Library.
All right, so this is a big deal.
Yes,
This
absolutely.
is a big deal. So you're going to roll out all the sidewalks, and
Yeah,
it's
we're
gonna be a
expecting a
big
couple
day.
hundred cars coming in.
Really? Oh, well, this is wonderful. So it is May 28th.
May 28th.
Mark your
from
calendar.
9 to 3.
All right. So, have you ever heard of this show before?
I have.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yes, I have.
was hoping you'd say, no, I never even heard of this thing. So, and you were brave enough to come on.
I was.
All right. So, were you the lowest bidder for the position, or did you volunteer?
I volunteered. John
Really?
is out of the area at the moment.
Oh,
so
okay. So somebody had to volunteer.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're doing it. I have a daughter who lives in Blades,
Mm-hmm.
in other words, and it's kind of a neat little town. So
it is. It's an amazing place to
It's
be.
an amazing place. And you live over in the big city of Seaford, is that
Oh,
right?
yes.
Okay.
The metropolis.
The metropolis. Okay, that's where all the action is.
It is.
All right. So anyway, everybody goes to Blades for peace and quiet. So.
Pretty much.
All right. Anything else we need to say?
I think that's it.
What do you do for a living?
I am a site supervisor for Title Health.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's that mean? You go out and do like surveying?
I
Site work?
I am the supervisor in one of the primary care offices.
Really?
So I keep everything moving in the same direction.
So
Everybody
just as you're
communicating.
kind of helping to organize that, that's what you do for a living, is organize
Absolutely.
things. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to give you a keychain. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Do you have a car that has a key?
I do.
Okay. Because, keys are like a thing of the past almost.
I know.
Okay, everything's now a button. You just push a button. And what about Vanderwins? Have you ever even heard of Vanderwins?
I have.
Do you like ice cream?
I love ice cream.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you two to that, okay?
All
and then
right.
the next thing, I'm trying to get everybody to go to the Clayton Theater, okay? I want to get enough people to go there. We can get a Weller Does Delmarva section. But there's 2 tickets to the Clayton. You ever heard of them?
I have not.
It's downtown Dagsboro. It's an older movie theater. They got really nice seats. They got new seats, and it's nice and clean. It's got a balcony, which is kind of cool, and they play first-run movies.
Awesome.
So you can go there and then go have ice cream. All right, or vice versa. I'm not telling you what order you have to do it in. I'm not trying to be bossy here. All right, Alana. Alana. I almost got it right.
Almost.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
You too.
All right, see ya. Bye-bye. The Blades Fire Company. Don't miss it. May 28th. It's hard to believe it's almost going to be July 4th before you know it. All right. All right. Josh McNeil. My goodness. What can I say about this guy? Josh McNeil. This is a sponsor segment, and he's my blacktop guy. I've dealt with him for years. And I've had a lot of people say, you know what, I called Josh and got something done, and he arrived when he said he would. He did what he said he was going to do. People, like, they're surprised when people do that nowadays. But most of the people that I advertise for are people that I've got a relationship with, that I've done business with, okay? And so I'm not the easiest person to do business with, but I just want to say, if you need some blacktop work done, whether it's for your personal or for its commercial, whatever you need done, you need something patched up, you need some cracks filled, or you need a brand new driveway. We've had enough rain, you're tired of the mud, and it's just time, to have a blacktop driveway. You give Josh a call. Get on the schedule. Everybody's busy this year. Everybody's a little bit behind because of the rain and the weather. So if you want to get something done this year, let's give Josh a call. Estimates are free. He's licensed. He's insured. He mentioned something to me the other day. It was kind of funny. He said, I buy business licenses in whatever towns I work in, and my trucks are tagged in Delaware. He said, so many people, they're getting work done, and the people from out of state, they don't even know who they were. And he said, we're here. We're real. We're reputable. We've been in business, like 60 years. So anyway, if you want to talk to Josh, if you need some blacktop work done, residential or commercial, I personally highly recommend him. His name is Josh McNeil. That's why I've been calling him Josh. But anyway, his number is 302. What is his number? I'm going to give you a cell number. I really like doing this because you can text him and say good morning. 302-745-0021. He might not be awake. No, he's awake. You give Josh a call, 745-0021. Do it right now while it's on your mind and say, Josh, Jim said give you a call. I want my driveway done, and bill it to Jim. Nope, that was a joke, everybody. Don't be billing it to me. So anyway, you give him a call. He'll take good care of you. Now, what else is going on? What else is going on? So Corey Schaefer, good morning to you, young man. It was nice seeing you recently, and thanks for the text. And everybody's watching or listening. We have quite a crowd in here. Everybody's well-behaved. And I see Snooki and Pat. Is Pat getting up to sing? Oh, she's going to the restroom. No. Anyway. All right. I thought she was coming over to sing. So anyway, so we're having a good time here is what I'm trying to say. So with that said, Denise is here today, and Linda Bosco is back, and Jim is back. And it's just been a busy morning. And we're going to have Rob Petrie on in a little bit. And, a lot of people know Rob, and they think he's a little shy and a little introverted, but I don't see that in him, okay? I see him as a pretty outward-going guy and likes to get the news out there, and he's got a lot of stuff he wants to talk about. So you want to stay tuned for that segment. Was that silverware? I hope it didn't scratch the floor. I could see Don being real particular about his floor. So anyway, I'm just messing. So we're having a good time is what I'm saying, and you are welcome. There are some tables left. We got here early, so we were able to pick our seats, so it was pretty good. And Jerry's Lawn Care, Jerry Santoro. My goodness, can I talk about him enough? Do I have another guest that's supposed to be on yet, Denise? Is Roger next? After 8:30. Yeah, first it'll be Colin, then it will be Roger. Just want to make sure I'm not off track, all right? All right, so anyway, I just want to brag on Jerry Santoro real quick. Could we dig his commercial up, or would you rather not do that? I can do it later if you want. You want to do it later? Okay, well, you get it ready, and I'll do it after 8, Colin, okay? All right, because it says, call Jerry, okay? Call Jerry. It's the coolest commercial. I really like it. So we'll do Jerry's in a little while, okay? But in the meantime, can we talk about something really big today? It's called the Impact Festival, and it's today. It's at the Bridgeville Library. This is Chase Marvel, his thing, the Impact Festival, and it's the first annual. So bring the kids. There's a lot to do. There's food trucks, craft vendors. There's 10 plus bouncy houses and slides. There's carnival games, giveaways, music, tons of good vibes. And it's 100% of the proceeds are going to benefit some local things. So anyway, check it out today at the Bridgeville Library. It says, here's how he wrote it. Hey, Jim, could you say the following? So this is how he would like me to say it, all right? If you're trying to get the kids out of the house and enjoy a full day of fun and impact, the first annual Impact Festival is happening today from 11 to 4 at the Bridgeville Library. I hear the music. Switch over to TV Delmarva right now, right now, right now. I don't want you to miss what Colin has to say. All right? Now, for my TV audience, all we did was take a break from the radio for a moment, and we're going to chat, I believe, with Colin. And then at some point, we're going to get Rob Petrie at 8:30-ish, I think. So you want to make a note. Don't go anywhere. I don't want you to miss what he has to say. Colin, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, remember that paper you got yesterday that had a couple things for sale on it?
I don't have it with me.
Okay. We might have a buyer for one of those things.
What, the wheelbarrow?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
possibly.
All right. So, all right. Let's not burn up a lot of time on that because I don't remember the phone number. I know it ended in 5555.
I know what
Was
it
it
is.
245?
No. It was Rehoboth
249?
number. Rehoboth number.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You've got a buyer for the wheelbarrow.
Maybe.
We're going to do a swap
maybe.
shop here is what we'll do next.
That's
all
a
right?
good idea. We should do that.
Yes.
We should do that on TV
We should just
Delmarva.
do a show here like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
In other words,
okay.
we could come here one evening or something
Okay.
and do a show.
All
All
right.
right. Colin, did you want to talk about TV Delmarva, Wall
Yes,
Service
TV Delmarva.
Center, the
TV
food, the
Delmarva.
crowd? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, the food and the crowd are great.
They're well
and that's
behaved.
all part of TV Delmarva. So we're out here on location. What other television station is out in the community with live shows?
Let's think. I don't know. You got a name.
Exactly.
TV Delmarva, Channel 14.
Definitely TV Delmarva, Channel 14. Point your antenna towards Seaford.
Yep.
Rescan, look for Channel 14. We've got a lot of viewers in the Seaford area for sure. But we've also got a lot of viewers all across our signal area. So our
Well,
signal.
with the road crew,
the whole road crew.
the road crew.
Yeah.
You actually are everywhere.
Well, yeah, everywhere. But our over-the-air signal is strong, and you can get us if you have an outdoor antenna pointing. I'm over here in Milton. Maria
Yes.
has her house over here.
And it works?
No problem. It's up 12 feet.
Oh,
And
really?
we've just pointed
She
towards
has a house
Seaford.
12 feet tall?
Yes, the antenna is 12 feet. It was on. So I took her satellite dish off. She had like a dish network and
Right.
didn't use it anymore. I took it off and put it on. Put this
Okay.
little antenna on there, and we get it no problem. Yeah,
Really? And what's it cost to watch TV Delmarva?
absolutely free. You got to buy the antenna
Okay.
or the Roku device.
Okay.
And pay for the internet and the electricity.
Okay, but
Don't
other than
send
that,
us a bill for that.
Right, but it doesn't cost you $150 a month to watch it.
Exactly. Now, her antenna here in the Milton area at 12 feet up, pointing towards Seaford, I rescanned last night. We got 43 channels over the air.
Really?
Yeah.
You sat there and counted?
Pretty impressive. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, it tells
Okay.
you at the end when it gets done scanning how many channels it
okay.
picked up. So,
All right.
so yeah, if you can get an antenna, get it outside and get it up, 12, 15 feet. The higher, the
Right.
better, of course. And you're going to be surprised at how many channels you can get. If you
free.
need a guy to install the antenna, get up
got
with
a
me.
guy.
I know a
Okay.
guy. I actually just confirmed with him the other day that he's still doing it. He said, yep. He said he's not looking to be in full-time business doing it, but he
Okay.
does do it. He's retired, so he used
Is
to
this
have
Vinny? You know a guy named Vinny?
Yeah, no, it's not Vinny.
Okay.
His name is Al.
Okay.
And but anyway, he had a business doing this, Delmore TV. You remember them?
I do.
In Milford, yeah. So he was around for a long time, and he's kind of just retired, and he'd like to do a few here and there, but he doesn't want a full-time job doing it again. So he pretty much said anybody that I've recommended
He would
he would go ahead and do.
That's
Yeah.
nice of him.
Yep.
He
Yep.
does good work. I've seen him work before.
He does very good work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he knows what he's doing, and it's obvious he knows what he's doing when he's doing it. So.
I agree.
Yep.
What else do I need to know?
Well, I guess
What do you
that's
think
it,
of the
Jim.
crowd?
Oh, it's great. It's
Yeah.
great.
They're here for the food. I thought they were here for me. They're here for the food.
Ah.
Okay, if there was no food, they would not be here. So,
Or seats. If there
Or
was no
seats.
chairs or seats, they wouldn't be here either.
Right.
So, but this place can hold a lot of people.
Yes, so we've got room for more.
Room for more.
All right. And what did
on
you
down.
have to eat today? Anything?
I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm waiting for
Okay.
Maria to get here.
But you've had the French toast.
The French, I had that last week. It's very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do not have to be French to order French toast.
No.
Okay.
Oui, oui.
Good. Oui, oui.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hunter like that. These guys are so easily entertained.
They just
over here.
didn't know I knew French.
Right. That's what it was.
Right.
Oh my.
But anyway, no, everything here is great. Like I've had nothing that I didn't enjoy or like here, and I've been here lots of times for dinner and lunch too. So
Okay. Have you had the crab cake, or do you not eat crab cake?
I have had the crab cake. Yeah, it's very
Okay.
good. Yep.
All right.
Had the crab
You're-
cake.
you like shrimp,
a while
I
back.
think.
I love shrimp.
Okay.
And their shrimp here, they know how to cook them. They don't undercook them. They don't overcook them. They're
cook
just
'em right.
Yeah. So sometimes you get them, they're overcooked. They don't want to peel, and
They're dry.
and they're dry,
A little
and-
chewy.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
eating gummy. Like eating gummies.
I've gotten shrimp here at
And they're
least
good.
a dozen times, and they've been perfect every time.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think
Yeah, they're
about that? 12 crabs and a pound of shrimp for $55.
good. Wait a minute.
12
crabs,
and a pound
steamed
of
crabs,
shrimp
and a pound of shrimp.
for $55. I think it's on Mondays.
That's a good deal.
I hope I heard him right. I hope I
That
heard
doesn't
that
even
right.
sound right. That
No,
sounds
it
like
doesn't.
too good
It
of a
sounds-
deal.
It does sound
I hope
like it.
that's right.
I hope it's right. Well, Wednesdays it's 2 crab cakes and 2 sides for $20.
And that price is the price.
And that's the
He's
price.
sticking with it.
He's sticking with it.
Okay.
He had every chance to raise his prices and he didn't.
I know.
So-
You gave him every opportunity.
I did. So
All right,
that
Jim.
lady's name is Elena.
Rob Petrie will be
Did I
back.
say it right?
Alana. Oh
Golly
my
dang.
gosh, Jim.
All right, after she leaves, I'll have it right. All right, Alana. Alana. Are you having breakfast?
On the radio.
I would get the pancakes. Oh, here's the commercial. This is, hold on, let me preference this. All right, we're back on the radio. So for my radio audience, you're not going to be able to see the commercial, but you'll be able to hear it. This is Jerry Santoro's newest commercial. It's really cool. This is Jerry's Lawn Care. This is the sponsor segment. And so this is his TV commercial. We thought we would play it anyway. And it's really, it gets to the point. So just take a listen to it, okay? We ready? Here we go.
I got some tree limbs I need fixing, but I can't reach them.
Call Jerry.
I've tripped over this stump for the last time.
Call Jerry.
I need someone that has the equipment to get the job done right.
Call Jerry.
Call Jerry's Lawn and Tree Care. The equipment and manpower to get all your pesky outdoor jobs done right. With over 20 years of experience, give Jerry a call at 302-363-6025 or visit online at jlc-llc.com.
Call Jerry.
I thought that was pretty cool. Call Jerry. So the theme behind Jerry's Lawn Care is call Jerry. So whether you need some tree work done or whether you need some landscaping done, whatever you need done, call Jerry. In other words, here, Denise, he can use that for his coffee mug. So anyway, call Jerry. His phone number is 302-363-6025, 302-363-6025. JLC-LLC.com. Jerry's Lawn Care. If you don't know if he does do it or not, he knows if he'll do it or not. You give him a call. Check out his Facebook page too, Jerry's Land Clearing. Call Jerry. I thought that was a very, very creative idea there. All right, so with that said, I had mentioned that Chick-fil-A is a sponsor of the show. We appreciate their support, and Chick-fil-A is a great company. I've been to Chick-fil-A, I think, twice this week. All right, but when I get there, no matter how long the line is, I'm always amazed. It's like I think I'm going to accomplish something on my phone while I'm waiting in line, and before you know it, I'm done. I got to now start driving and pay attention. So anyway, Chick-fil-A, we appreciate your support of the show. They are a sponsor of the show, and if anybody is out there listening right this minute and you would like one gift card to Chick-fil-A, has anybody seen my ink pen? Golly day, I've lost my ink pen. Thank you, Denise. That's not it, but I'll take it. Somebody stole my ink pen. One Chick-fil-A. If you want one Chick-fil-A gift card for a meal, the number one meal or the 8-count nugget meal, you can have one for free. Okay? You got to call this super secret number. It's 302-751-5001. 751-5001 will give you a gift card to Chick-fil-A. You pick it up at Weller's in Bridgeville next week, Tuesday through Saturday, but your name has got to be on the list if you want one. So just call 751-5001 and we'll give you a gift card to Chick-fil-A at Weller's in Bridgeville. You can pick it up. I wonder what happened to my ink pen. I can't believe it. All right. Now I'm going to spend a lot of time finding my ink pen. I wonder who took that. I mean, I'm thinking, how can an ink pen disappear from this table? All right. Did you take it there, young lady? All right. I'll have her name right that time. So anyway, I don't know what happened to it. All right. We talked about Chick-fil-A. Oh, it's a picture time. This is Roger and his son. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. So this is Roger Whitford. Okay. And we're going to talk about some things pertaining to the events that took place on 9/11. So, Roger, I'm going to introduce you, and then you can introduce your son. Is that okay? And you all will need to talk right into the mics.
Okay.
And watch the timer. All right.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for giving me the time here today. This is Christopher. Christopher is my oldest son.
You okay?
Okay, I'm good.
All right. Well, anyway, so this is Roger Whitford, and he's going to share with us some things. He lost one of his sons in the tragic events on 9/11. I believe he was a New York City firefighter. Is that correct?
Yes.
And do you want to talk about it? You want me to talk about it? What would you like me to do?
No, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
10 years ago, my wife and myself, when we moved down here, we built a small memorial at our house in Lewis. And since then, it got bigger and bigger. And 5 years ago, we went to the National Memorial in New York City and put an application in. There was no 9/11 memorials in Lewis, Delaware.
Really?
Or in Sussex County at all. The nearest one was Dover Air Force Base. So I submitted my plan to them, and they in turn okayed it, and we dedicated it 4 years ago. And we have it's at the front of my house.
I mean, this is a real memorial.
Yes, it's a real memorial.
And it's the only one in Lower Delaware.
Yes, when you go on the site, here's the card. If you go on the site, it brings up in Lewis, and it brings up our memorial.
All right.
Every year we have a ceremony on that date, and part of the memorial is we have 2 towers. Had them special made with water coming out of it. Water flows through it all the time. We have benches, and with the flowers and everything. It's a lot of people said, "Why did you do something like that?" For the simple reason, we want to keep the memory going of 9/11, and 2 years ago we opened it to the public, so anybody that wants to come by. There's benches there. They could just pull in, sit down, and the water running, it just consoles you. We have steel there from the World Trade Center. I have a piece of facade that's dedicated to the 343 firefighters that we lost that day.
Wow. So this is a very nice thing, a very good remembrance of your son, in other words, and we appreciate you doing it. People can just stop by anytime year round?
Yes, anybody.
We have a seat and reflect. And
Yes. Last year we were on the schedule of the Tour of Honor, which is a motorcycle group that travels all over the country, and we had them all over. Last year we must have had over 500 or 600 different motorcycles groups that came in, and so what we did last year, we set up another little podium with a book so that everybody could sign.
That's nice. So do you ever look through there, like how far somebody came to see this?
Yes. The furthest we had so far, one fellow came from England, and another fellow actually rode a motorcycle from Oregon.
Really? Wow. So this is very nice. In other words, keep everybody's memory alive. Let us not forget, the sacrifice that so many people made that day. In other words,
Yes.
It's amazing. You think about first responders. They're running in when other people are running out, and
Yes.
they make the difference. They make the difference. So
Just take a minute. Chris will tell you his story. Chris was a detective with the first precinct on that date, and he worked with the Joint Terrorist Task Force.
Okay, so he was on duty that day.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Chris, tell us however you want to proceed on this. So you were a New York City policeman.
Yes, sir.
And a detective.
On that day, I covered the first precinct. I
Okay.
did a midnight tour. I
Oh.
had just gotten off a midnight shift at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
In addition to being a police officer, I'm an Army reservist. So
Okay.
I was making up a battle assembly the next day on that Tuesday morning. So I changed from my police uniform and I put my Army uniform on.
Okay.
And I was proceeding to my Army Reserve unit at Fort Wadsworth on Staten Island.
Wow.
So I had just gotten off at 8 o'clock in the
You was
morning.
tired.
Roger that.
Wow.
So I was having a cup of coffee with my first sergeant, and my father had called me and said, "Hey, did you hear what just happened?" I said, "No, what?" He said, "A plane hit the World Trade Center." So we had a little black and white TV in our orderly room. Now this is on Staten Island. This is just across the harbor.
So at that moment, you did not know anything.
No.
Okay.
So we turned on the TV just in time to see the second plane hit the South Tower.
Whew.
A few seconds later, we heard it.
Really?
So that's how close we were. I turned to my first sergeant. I said, "I need to go." I went. I had another NCO take me to the Staten Island Ferry, which was already closed to pedestrian traffic. So it was only emergency responders, EMTs, firefighters, police officers, and there was me with my Army uniform getting on the ferry. And I immediately found the guys from ESU Truck 5, which is Emergency Services Unit, is the unit that actually, when cops call when they need help.
So you jumped on the ferry and you're headed there.
Yes.
Just that quick.
Yes.
Wow. And then you went and found some of the people?
Well, I found, again, the only people on the ferry were emergency responders. And
That were headed there, same purpose you were.
Correct. So I found Emergency Services Truck 5.
Okay.
And I told them, "Hey, listen, I work at the first precinct. I know it in and out. So can I get on your roster?" I wanted to make sure that I was accounted for, so that folks would know that I went in.
Right.
So they said, "Sure, yeah, absolutely, we'd love to have you." So the ferry stood by the dock for, it seemed like, an unbelievable amount of time.
Because you're wanting to get moving.
We're wanting to get in there. We're looking at these fireballs, and we're wanting to get in there. You know, both towers are still up.
And burning.
And bodies and debris coming off of them. We could see this clear as
Really?
view. Yeah. And again, we're right there. Staten Island Ferry Terminal's only a few blocks away.
What did your mind think happened? I mean, you know a plane hit it, but I mean, did you think it was a terrorist attack?
I had no doubt.
No doubt. Okay.
In my capacity in the Army Reserve, I'm an intelligence analyst. I had no doubt in my mind it was a terrorist attack. Plus, I knew what happened with Ramzi Youssef in 1993. I know what he said in the helicopter when he pointed to those towers and said, "We missed it this time, we're going to get it next time."
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said
Wow.
to the FBI agent.
Now, so you're surrounded by all these people that are just wanting to get there and wanting to get in there and see what you can do to help people.
Yeah, and I think the captain of the ferry boat, I think he was actually looking out for all those responders. And I think he was just lingering there. It was taking him more time than it should have to dock. But when he finally did dock, he docked just as the North Tower came down, which was...
Really?
Yeah, the South Tower came down as we were watching it.
What was that like to see that?
Surreal, just unbelievable.
Now, at that moment, did you know your brother was in there?
I did, because while I was on the ferry, and the crazy thing is, nobody's cell phones were working at this time. Mine, I had the magic cell phone. It seemed to be working at all the right times. So while I was on the ferry, my dad had called me and said, "Are you going in?" He said, I said, "Yes, I'm on the ferry. I'm going in." And he said, "Your brother's on his way as well."
Wow.
He was.
So you were in Lewis at this time, Roger?
No, I'm still Staten Island.
Okay. But now you're watching this event unravel and knowing you've got two sons on their way.
Yes.
Wow. So the boat lands. Docks.
Boat docks. We go in, and again, the South Tower came down while we were watching it. It was horrible. And then just as we docked, the North Tower comes down. So we got a plume of smokes coming at us, and we're going
Could you
in.
feel it?
Yes.
Wow.
You could see an arm's length in front of you. That was it.
That was it.
Yes.
And all these people that you're with are going in.
Yes.
They're going to help people.
Yes.
Did it deter them?
It just you knew the significance of this event, and you knew you knew that you may not make it out. But everybody went in. My group went in Battery Park. We went around Castle Clinton, went up West Street, and the first thing I came across was a Port Authority truck, one of their emergency service truck that was on its side, and I immediately opened up the back door, and I found a Scott Air Pack that was right there, readily available. So I had one of the firefighters help me put that on, and I breathed through that while every once in a while.
That was good thinking.
Yeah.
And it was right there.
It was right there.
Wow. So then you kept right on. So you're getting oxygen on and you're ready to go. So what? So you're running down the street, and is there like hundreds and thousands of people running at you?
No, it was surreal. By that point, it was the streets were empty.
Really?
There was nobody around except the emergency responders that got off the boat with me.
My goodness.
Nobody else around.
Was it quiet or noisy?
Quiet.
Quiet.
But eerily quiet. You could hear some fire burning in the background and some, little noises in the background, but it was for the most part quiet.
So you're running up the street?
Not running.
Okay.
Walking hastily, just because you couldn't see. You couldn't see any more than an arm's length in front of you. So we proceeded up West Street, northbound on West, and then one of the very first fire trucks I came across was Engine 23. Engine 23 was on West, right by the pedestrian crosswalk, if anybody knows where that is.
Okay.
It was fully intact. There was debris from the building all around it, but it was fully intact. Now, I knew my brother had been the chauffeur. My dad had told me that my brother was the chauffeur that drove that truck down there. That was the truck that he drove. I opened up the driver's side door and just looking to see if anybody was in there, and nobody was in there. That's when I realized that
they were in there.
My brother had obviously gone with his men.
Wow. So there's the truck, your brother's truck. Nobody's in it. So then what? You kept going forward?
Yeah. Kept going forward, and just at this point, we were just, the guys I was with, we were just looking for survivors, just trying to help out anybody we could.
So how close did you get? And was it hot? Was it like...
The whole scene was hot, yes.
Hot from the fire, like hot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, for blocks it was hot, yes. All around, because the whole site goes from West Street to Church Street, to Liberty, all the way down. The south side is on, I can't remember the South Street, but it's
a big area.
It's a big area. And yeah, the whole thing.
So the temperature was hotter.
Temperature was hot. And it was just so surreal. It was, I just kept looking at it and say, where do we start? It's just.
Right.
So then a little while longer, about an hour later, I would say, there was concern. That's when they started to actually regroup and getting some of the command and control in order. And NYPD called all their personnel back to Stuyvesant High School, where they took names and accountability of everybody.
Of the police department?
Correct.
Okay, first figuring out
yes.
who we got.
Yeah, and being that I was a NYPD member, I went up there with them.
Okay.
And then what they did was they set up grids, and we went out later that afternoon and conducted grid search.
Just looking for people?
Yes.
Wow. So when you ran across people, what kind of, what did they think? Like, were people like screaming, or were they in shock, or when you ran across somebody, like what?
Jim, I have to be honest with you. That's the thing. We didn't run across anybody. There was nobody there. Nobody.
So everybody that perished in the building.
And everybody that got out prior to.
Far enough away.
Yes.
Wow.
Nobody lingered around. I think the last survivor was a Port Authority cop that was in one of the elevator shafts. I think that was probably the last survivor, and they didn't find him for a couple hours later.
Really?
But he was buried.
In debris.
Right.
Wow. Then after all this, so like that day, you worked all day. You've already been up all night. When did you rest? Like, when was the first time you took a break?
To be honest with you, that was the furthest thing from my mind. I wasn't worried about rest.
You just kept going.
There was work to do.
Okay. And so did it get organized quickly, or was it just total chaos, or how did you move forward?
It got pretty well organized again when we regrouped at Stuyvesant High School. So it was only about an hour later after the North Tower collapsed that it got pretty organized, and then we went out and we had our grids.
So who was in charge? The New York police, or?
I think New York City OEM.
Okay. Okay.
Emergency Office of the Emergency Management.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, what a sad day, huh?
Just
just a crazy thing.
There's just one more thing I'd like to share with you. Mark's wife had called me while I was there, and again, I had the magic phone.
That's your brother, Mark?
Correct.
Okay.
Mark's wife called me and said, "Chris, are you there?" I said, "Yes, I'm there." She said, "How bad is it?" I said, "It's pretty bad." And she said, "Mark called me before he went down there, and he said that, don't worry, if anything happens to me, Chris will find me." So she said, "Find him." So she said this was on the afternoon of 9/11.
So on your brother's way to this event,
either on the way or before, while he was in the firehouse before he went down. I'm not certain of that. But
so he was confident you were going to find him. Wow. But he was also confident it was a very tragic event.
It was going to be a bad one, yes.
Wow.
He knew that. So I had I told my partner the story that I need to find my brother. And then Mark was also in my Army Reserve unit, and somebody from the unit had called the commander and said, "Hey, I think I saw Mark at the site." So that was the other thing that Mark's wife had told me. Somebody saw him. He's alive down there, Chris. Find him. So I said I would. I promised her I would. I grabbed my partner. I said, we need to find my brother. So I spent the afternoon on 9/11 going around the entire site. Every firefighter I saw, I asked them, "Have you seen the guys from 23? It was always the same response. Either no, I haven't seen them, or I heard those guys didn't make it.
Oh, my.
We continued the search. Every firefighter turned them around, spun them around, asked the same question, same answer. Throughout the afternoon till 9:12, Wednesday afternoon, I was on Church Street. Now, my brother's truck was on the West Street side. I was parallel on the Church Street side, and I just stopped for a moment to reflect. And again, a day later, you could still only see an arm's length in front of you. It was still, the smoke was just unbelievable. And at that point, I stopped to reflect. And out of nowhere, a monarch butterfly flew into my face. And I thought for a second, I swatted at it instinctively, and then I thought about it for a second. I said, how could a butterfly be flying around in this smoke? I looked up and it was gone. And that's when I knew I had found Mark.
Wow. Gentlemen, I have to stop for the end of the half-hour thing.
Right.
Can you hang and talk a little bit more, or would you rather not? Or no. Okay. Well, then let me do a couple things, and we're going to have you back on in about 5 or 10 minutes. Is that okay? All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Thank you. All right, so we're talking to Roger Whitford about the 9/11 memorial and things going on and the loss of his son. So stay tuned. We're taking a break from the radio. We're going to continue on TV. We've got Rob Petrie coming up, TV Delmarva, Channel 14. Go there now if you would, please. If you would, please. All right, everybody. I don't know what to say. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And you're watching and listening to a show called Weller Does Delmarva. And my mind is in a million places right this second. So anyway, Rob Petrie, TV Delmarva.
Yes, Jim.
How are you, young man?
I can't complain because who would listen, Jim?
Well, and you're not allowed to. You need a permit now to complain.
Right,
okay?
exactly.
So what's going on with TV Delmarva and Rob Petrie?
Well, what's not going on? Well,
Right.
first
Right.
and foremost, we're going to continue to hold people accountable and fight for families. And I say
Right.
fight for families because I'm working on a story right now. A father of a child, a daughter who has Down syndrome in the Cape Pendleton School District, learned that his daughter was assaulted and hit by a staff in the Cape Pendleton School District, a bus aide specifically.
And he found this out from the state police.
2 weeks after it happened back in January, the school district, the Cape Pendleton School District, did not inform these parents.
Right.
That to me is unacceptable and wrong.
But I want to encourage people to watch that segment where the
Yes.
school board is listening to this man tell his story. They appear they
Oh,
could
she cut
care
him off,
less.
Jim. She cut him right off
They
and dismissed him.
appeared that they were annoyed that this gentleman expected them to even care about his. I mean, I myself, I don't even know if there's people on the school board or citizens of Lower Delaware or where they live, but they should be embarrassed by that video.
Right,
Just their lack of any type of empathy or compassion. But you know, I can tell you this, Rob. I know the video is very disturbing, and when you watch it, all you're watching is people that are thinking, "I know a lawsuit's coming," and they
Well,
don't. They
that's
won't
been in
say
the
one word.
comments.
Not one of them said, "I'm sorry." Not one of them said, "You even matter to me." Not one of them said, "Listen, that you're out of time, but let me let you finish your sentence." It was embarrassing for the school board. I feel so sorry for those people, for their families, anybody connected to those people on the school board. You should be embarrassed. You
Right.
should be embarrassed by their behavior.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully the video will disappear because it's too incriminating for that. Who was that? What school
That
board
was
is that?
this is the Cape Pendleton School Board, and if you're wondering what we're talking about, this was the one of the most recent school board meetings, which all of them are posted to YouTube. And
Right.
the father that we're talking about went before the school board and spoke, and the school board, specifically the school board president of Cape Pendleton, Dr. Allison Myers, cut this father off at 3 minutes, and the father said, "Well, I can either finish what I'm going to say or go to the local news." And she said, "Well,
"Have
that's
at it."
what you're going to have to do."
Right. No,
And-
nothing's going to happen here.
And see, the crazy thing is, Jim, is it's all at the board president's discretion, which means that they could have allowed him to finish his story. They have in instances where it's a sensitive matter, it requires some kind of empathy, but they have in the past, extended this 3-minute rule that they have, but they wouldn't do that for some reason.
I got a feeling, though, by law, they're not allowed to care. Because isn't it like a law that a person cannot hug a child? You could be bleeding to death and there's nothing. I'm not convinced that school board isn't by law not allowed to show any form of emotion. I'm serious, because I've never witnessed in my life a meeting that was so cold. That was just like, listen, we're giving you 3 minutes, and we're only doing that because we have to.
Well, you know what? If that is a law, I'd say it's one that needs to be changed. I think if you're in a position,
there's no way those people could be that.
If
callous.
you're in a position of leadership
way.
like that, you have to allow the parent. The parents should have all the say in the world when it comes to their child and their education. But most importantly, let's be very clear here. We're talking about a child that has Down syndrome that was hit by a staff member in the Cape Pendleton School District. The father went before the school board, and the school board president shut him down, dismissed him, and would not allow him to tell his story.
But there's a bigger issue here. Nobody's doing anything.
No.
Forget the school
Well,
board.
well, that's not.
Who does a parent go to if a child's been attacked? In other words, I don't even know what the next step is. And what's amazing is the child evidently never told the parent that it happened. So I'm wondering if this person displays this behavior so regularly that the child believes it's normal.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, but I'm going to get up with whoever that school board, because I want to know if by law are they not allowed to act like they care. Because they might have to just be neutral all the way through it. Because I ain't never seen a lady act so like, you're out of time, get out of my face, you're
Right.
done.
Yeah, well,
I
it
was
was-
like, nothing fazed her. Nothing fazed her. I mean, she might not have any children. She might not be able to relate to this. I have no idea. I don't even know how she got there, so I don't know.
Well, Jim, someone is doing something. I am meeting with the father, Ryan Pickett, tomorrow at 1 o'clock at his home. And we're going to talk, and we're going to get the full story. He'll be able to tell his full story, and I can tell you right now that I will be at the next board meeting at the Cape Pendleton School District, and I will be questioning Dr. Allison Myers as to why she treated this man like this. She did, the people deserve answers. This father deserves answers. And what happened is entirely and utterly unacceptable. When you're in a position of leadership like that, you have to show some kind of
set the
empathy.
leadership aside, she's a human being. She lives in somewhere. She's got to have some kind of feelings.
You would
in other
think
words,
so, right?
I'm saying forget the school board part of it. She's a human being. I mean, we're all in the human race.
Right.
That's what I witnessed. I'm like, woo. Man, there's a candidate for Jesus is all I'm saying. All right. What else you got? I got to let you go. We're out of time,
I
Rob.
just want to say it's great for me to be back on here, because I think the last time I was on your show was actually when I was announcing that I was coming on board with TV Delmarva, and that was like 2 years ago. So
That's right.
Yeah.
You're almost ready for a vacation.
Well, no, I just had one. Kind of.
Because don't you get a week's pay after 2 years?
Oh, I don't. You know what? I can't. I don't have time to take off.
All right.
I've got to fight for families here.
All
So
right.
that's what.
Listen, I need you to calm down, okay? You're going to need blood thinners.
I know.
Linda wants to take a picture of us, all right? We're both going to be in trouble. All right, there you
All
go.
right, thank you, Jim.
All right, thank you. Folks, that video was on TV Delmarva if you want to see it. It was sad. It was just the situation of the child being physically hit by somebody is one thing. But watching this school board so coldly, nonchalantly blow this father off, it was sad. That's all I'm saying. It was sad. Shame on them. And I'm sure now they're reflecting back saying, well, let me think about it. But I'm sure somebody told them any expression is going to be an admission of guilt. So do not act like it matters. All right. So you can check that story out at TV Delmarva. It's got me a little riled up. I was thinking, how would I handle this? How would I even handle it? But anyway, J&J Power Washing is a sponsor of the show. And I want to say thank you to Zach and J&J Power Washing for, first of all, the great job they do. If you watch them on Facebook, man, they are all over the place doing power washing. They do a fantastic job. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. So if you need something done, whether it's your house, whether it's your sidewalks, whether it's your patio, whether it's your pool, whether it's some equipment, whatever it may be, commercial, residential, wherever, whatever, you give J&J Power Washing a call. I'm very happy with them. I've dealt with them. They're professional. They'll give you an estimate, not a guesstimate. They'll give you an estimate that tells you what it's going to be and what services they're going to provide. You give them a call. It's 302-934-5555, 934-5555. J&J Power Washing. Also check them out at jnjpowerwashing.com and like them on Facebook too if you would. Whatever you need, they'll do you a good job. Their prices are right. They arrive on time. They're licensed. They're insured. And I'm very, very happy with them. Want to brag real quick on my chiropractor friend, Dr. T, Dr. Bud, Peninsula Chiropractic Center. They sponsor the show. They have for a long time. We appreciate them. If you need chiropractic care for even your children or yourself or whatever, you give them a call, set up an appointment. They accept most insurances. They'll do you a good job. It's 302-629-4344, 629-4344. Is that Joanne? How are you today? Good. Joanne Young has arrived. Thank you. All right. So anyway, I want to brag real quick. One more sponsor segment. This is my accountant, George Luff, Luff and Associates. Just want to let you know if you need accounting help, whether it's personal or business, he helps you. Okay. His son Tyler and him, they run the business. They got an office in Milford. They got one in Dover, and then they got one in Rehoboth. And been around a long time, like 30 years they've been in business. I've dealt with them almost 30 years. Been very happy. So if you need help with your accounting or your taxes, or you filed an extension or whatever, or you should have filed one, you give Luff and Associates a call. 3 locations: Milford, Dover, and Rehoboth. 302-422-9699. 422-9699. And I want to tell you, they also help with payroll. They help me a lot at Weller's in Bridgeville, and they have a thing called Easy Payroll. If you own a business, tired of fooling with payroll, you want some help, give them a call. Now, Roger is back. We're going to wrap up. We got went a little bit over last time talking about, this is Roger Whitford, who lost his son as a New York City fireman on the 9/11 attacks of the Trade Center. And he was sharing with us that he has a memorial in his yard that you, the listening audience, can go to anytime you want. And there's a little bench. You can pray. You can reflect. You can just, think about, what happened that day and so on. And Roger, I do appreciate you coming on and your commitment to make sure nobody ever forgets about this.
Yeah. I want to thank you for your time again, Jim. One thing I just wanted to bring up is that after 9/11, we started a foundation for my son.
Yes.
And we've been giving out scholarships to high school students. We help vets. And this year alone, now that I'm down here in Delaware, I give out we give a scholarship to a Sussex County school, plus the Mark's school that he went to in Tottenham High. And we have fund drives. We look for the foundation money. We sell shirts and we do different have different events like that.
What is the name of the foundation?
The name of the foundation is the Mark P. Whitford Scholarship Fund.
Mark P. Whitford Scholarship Fund.
Scholarship Fund.
And
yes.
how would somebody either reach you or learn or contact? Where would they go?
They either call us or they can go on. We have 9/11 Memorial Fund, which they can go on to that, or they can go with that. They could send an email, and then we could guide them from there.
Okay, so how would they call you, Roger?
On the on the card here.
So let me.
Has,
what is the number?
Has the phone number?
302.
Which is 302-703-6091.
All right, so that would be Roger Whitford. Okay, if you want to make a donation or learn more about it, or if you have any questions. All
And
right.
like I said, it is open to the public.
Okay.
Anybody can come anytime. I appreciate the time, Jim. I know you're tight. I just want to say one thing that my wife and myself, we're very proud of our son, Chris.
I would say.
Chris did 3 tours in Afghanistan. He retired 30 years, Army Reserves, Command Sergeant Major.
Well, thank him for his service. In other words, what a remarkable son. And does he have children?
Yes, one boy.
One boy. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I just want to encourage you folks, we need to remember that day. And a lot of people lost good people, and Roger lost his son. And I want to tell you, can I tell him the address of where the memorial is?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
It's right here. I believe it's 17181, 17181, Minnows, Minos, Conaway Road in Lewis. So this is at Roger's house. It's a memorial he has built right in his front yard to never forget that day. Thousands of people lost their lives. Roger's son was a first responder running in, to save and help people. In other words, his other son, went to help also. So anything else you want to say or add or?
No, I just appreciate you giving me the time, and like I said, it's open to anybody just to come by to look at it.
All right. And do you come out and talk to people now and then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
All
we
right.
do.
And so you can learn more about it, or if you have questions about the foundation or want to make a donation or something like that. In other words, I guess this is a foundation that's going to go on, and you use the money to help other people and things of that nature. All right, how have I done for you? You doing all right?
Very good. Very good.
Was it a good day?
Good day, Jim.
All right, let me give you a couple little gifts here.
Good day.
Just for the heck of it. I'm going to give you a keychain for you, one for your boy that came with you. And do you ever go to Vanderwin's? Vanderwin's Ice Cream.
No, haven't been there.
Well, I'm going to give you some gift cards. Is that all right?
Yes.
1, 2. I'm going to give you 4 of them. There's one in Dewey Beach. There's one in Fenwick Island. Vanderwin's Ice Cream, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Anything else?
That's all.
All right, thank you, okay? I appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
All right, there he goes, Roger. So if you ever want to see this, like I say, it's a memorial right in his front yard. So you could talk to him. It was hard for him to talk about this. You know, the loss of a son is tough on anybody. What a morning we've had. In other words, you know, what an amazing morning. So anyway, Integrity Pest Solutions, Keith Ruark. People hear me talk about him all the time. Good guy. If you need pest control, he's a sponsor of the show. He does pest control, and it's a busy time. I mean, it's been raining, and it's hard for him to get caught up. But if you need some of his services, he's a one-man operation, and I love that about him because you get the same person looking at your stuff every time he comes. So that way he can remembers what it was like last time and what it's like this time. So if you need any type of pest control, whether it's ants, whether it's mice, whether it's stink bugs, whether you got some hornet's nest developing, if you need any help with pest control, you give Keith a call at 302-858-8629. 302-858-8629. On the web, it's integritypestsolutions.com. And, of course, on Facebook, like their page, Integrity Pest Solutions. Keith is a good guy. Like I say, free. He'll come out and take a look at things, tell you what you're looking at, whether you deal with him once or you deal with him, you know, quarterly or whatever. I sign annual agreements, and then I don't have to worry about it. And if I have any problems in between, he just takes care of it. I think Norman J. Jones is going to join me here for a couple minutes, and we'll talk to him. Colin is taking his spot. Did Jay have to leave? That turkey, was there free hot dogs somewhere today? No, anyway. Jay had to go, so Colin is going to talk on his
readjust
behalf.
the cameras. You need it for me, not for Jay.
Yep. She's taking a picture and she's going to post as if you're speaking on behalf of Jay. Jay has already informed me there's nobody as knowledgeable as him, so Colin will do his best, I'm sure.
He sent me a flyer, a Facebook post.
Has this got to do with Ellendale's 100th year?
It does, yes.
Wow.
100th anniversary celebration.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Didn't you live in Ellendale at one point?
I live in Ellendale now. I'm not in town now. I'm not in the town of Ellendale.
but
not yet. It could be moving that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Is that your new house they're building there?
Where?
Where the old
right
post
next to the
office
post,
used
where
to
the
be.
post office was. No, that is not my house.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
All right. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Well, this is the Ellendale Fire Company's 100th anniversary celebration.
Okay.
So let's see. Let's see what it says here.
Well, 100 years is quite a celebration.
That is.
I think there's a parade coming up.
And it's not just 100 years of service. This is continued service. Like they didn't stop and start.
Right. 100 years of continual service to our community.
Well, there's going to be a parade on Main Street.
Right downtown Main Street?
Right. So you'll have to get your map out to figure out what the Main Street is in Ellendale.
It is the Main Street.
It is. It's Route 16 there. Saturday, May 21st, 2002. Now, what
Next
time is
Saturday.
it? 1 p.m. Yeah, that's next Saturday at 1 p.m.
Wow, I'll be able to
There's
make
gonna
it.
Be a parade, yeah.
I'm going to live stream it probably.
Are you? Okay.
Probably.
All right.
Probably.
So, you know, that's what they have. Now, they've got these breakfasts coming up.
Oh, yeah, I missed one already.
I went to the first one.
You went to it?
It was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're like once a month, these breakfasts at the fire hall.
Yes.
And it's a good time to get together and meet people. And
Yep.
break
So
bread
that
with
was
one
May
another.
1st, the one we went to a couple weeks
May
ago.
1st. Next one's gonna be in
5th.
June.
June the 5th.
June the 5th.
Yep.
Okay.
June the 5th. All
that
you can
down.
eat breakfast buffet. $12 per person. Kids 12 and under are $6.
All right. So it's a
And
family-friendly environment.
Absolutely family-friendly environment. I saw lots of kids there. So if you have
Okay.
children, don't worry about bringing your kids there and
bring them.
Jerry gave me a little tour of
Did he really?
Yeah,
Okay.
gave our kids a tour and
Okay,
let us
kids
look at
love
the
a
fire
tour of the
truck.
firehouse.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I'm not guaranteeing you'll get one, but
No, but you might.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe just ask.
Just ask.
Yeah.
Ask Jerry.
That's
Ask
right.
Jerry. Call
Yeah.
Jerry.
That's a different Jerry.
Oh, okay. All right.
But anyway, yeah, that's so it's very exciting that Ellendale has been with us. So established
And so
in
active.
1920. Wait a minute.
Now,
1920. Wait a minute.
oh wait, hold it. Wait
So
a minute.
because of COVID, they didn't celebrate their 100th anniversary.
Yeah, they're
so it's
on
actually
like
102 years.
102. Isn't that
Yeah,
something?
yeah. So you
Wow.
remember their first one? You remember when they got started, Jim?
I don't, but I
You
bet
don't?
you Norman Jones does.
Okay.
He's probably got pictures.
Okay.
So,
But no, great organization, and they're very community oriented, and they protect us.
right, they do.
Yeah. Life and property.
Right. And Ellendale is booming. Lots of houses coming to Ellendale.
Right, yeah.
They got a
Yep.
Dollar General, then they got an electronic billboard. I mean, the town is just booming.
Now you're not not in the town limits there yet. are
No,
you?
man, nope. I
They're
might
trying
be.
to move that way, aren't
right,
they?
they might. So they might annex my property. But
Yeah.
it'll be the first electronic billboard in the town of Ellendale
Wow.
if they annex it. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
You need to
All
get that
right.
grandfathered in plan.
I do. The
Yeah.
grandfathered in plan.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
So you went to the first breakfast. It was good. Do you remember what you ate?
Pancakes,
Pancakes. Any
scrapple,
bacon?
sausage, and bacon.
Wow. All
Yeah.
of it.
Yep.
All right.
Eggs.
So that is June 5th. We ought
Oh,
to
you know
make
what
a
I like?
plan to go and go as a group.
You know what
What's
I
that?
liked about it the best?
What?
Was they had milk there, like regular whole milk.
Milk?
Yeah,
Okay.
and they had chocolate for the kids. So
Oh, kids
all the
love
kids
chocolate
wanted
milk.
chocolate milk. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's nice when the kids are happy.
It is nice when the kids
It
are happy.
makes it easier to enjoy
makes for a
breakfast.
smoother breakfast.
Yes,
yeah.
it does.
Yep.
All right,
All right,
Colin,
that's
I'm
it.
going to say thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, folks, we got a few minutes left in the show. It's been a busy show. My brain is frazzled, but it was frazzled before I got here, okay? That happened years ago when I lost my hair. It tugged on my brain. Denise, are you in the mood to talk any? You don't have to. Don't be jumping. I just didn't know.
I know you don't have much time left.
I don't. I got a little bit of time left, though. All right. So, Denise, what are you got going on today? This is Denise. So, what's Denise got going on today?
Well, I understand that it's.
Oh, it's a picture time already.
Picture time.
Linda gets very testy if we don't look her
No,
way.
she doesn't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Today is
so
what?
I think the weather's supposed to be good, so I'm going to be outside all day.
Okay.
You know, when we were young,
When we were young.
we had no boundaries.
Okay.
We bought how many acres of land?
30
31
acres.
or something like that.
30.2.
And we put a house in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And we just kept
Making
growing.
everything bigger.
Yeah, everything bigger, and we've had about everything put on that property.
We had, remember? When we moved there, we moved a house trailer from Cedar Village Trailer Park.
Correct.
Okay, lot number 41.
Yeah, 40.
40. I
Yeah.
was close. I was close. Anyway, lot number 40. We moved the trailer. Remember, a bulldozer pulled it across the field.
Yes,
Do you
it
remember
did.
that?
And we had a fish tank on the floor, and he never spilled a drop.
Never spilled a drop.
No.
Okay. So then we put in a big in-ground pool.
Yes.
Remember?
And a garage at the
It was
same
almost
time.
as big as the trailer.
Yeah, it was. It was
It was a big
the
pool.
biggest pool that
Available.
Dover Pool and Patio
Sold.
Yeah, 21 by 41 feet.
There we go.
Plus the
It had a
cement
diving
around.
board,
Sliding board.
sliding board. It had everything except
Yeah.
it didn't have no lights in it.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, throughout the years, I love gardening, and so we didn't have any trees, so I would plant a tree, but then I would build this big garden around
Yes,
it
you
just
would.
to try to fill up space, right?
Yep.
And so now I'm tired of gardening.
She's replacing everything with rocks.
And I'm ripping everything up as fast as I can and just planting grass or
She's planting rocks.
yeah, I just recently we have a millstone, like a large millstone
It's
that we
huge.
bought in auction. I just
Another
love
big
it.
thing we're gonna have to
it's
move.
it's one of those biblical things, that has meaning,
They tied it around people's neck. threw
Yeah,
them over
well,
the bridge.
it's a
Okay, that's a different biblical
No,
meaning.
that's it. That's what they're
Okay.
talking about. But anyway, and so instead of flowers and all this stuff that I have to keep weeded, now I've made it look like a dry riverbed with rocks. So
Really?
hopefully, yeah. You haven't noticed?
I have. The rocks
Okay.
are white.
Yeah, they look really nice.
They look wonderful.
They
It looks
look
like a
nice.
lot of work.
But anyway.
no more weed whacking.
No, I'm really tired. So, and then in the house, when it's a rainy day, I'm
Yep.
steady going through stuff and getting rid of. I mean, you don't need 3 of the same thing. You can do with just one. So I am hitting Goodwill like every week,
Yep, just looking for stuff.
No.
Dropping it. I know. I knew you were dropping it off. I was
Oh,
just messing
golly
with you.
day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's all I've got going on. What are you doing today?
I don't know. I don't even know. My brain, that story about the 9/11 kind of took the wind out of me, and then the school board video. You should watch it. It's pathetic. So it was awful to witness. Awful to witness.
But Rob is an interesting.
He's too passionate.
He's a news guy that it's fun to watch him.
He's like a pit bull in a suit.
Really
He's going to get him, boy.
He really is. Wow.
All right.
Anyway, yeah.
All right. I might get some barbecue chicken today. I got a pleasant surprise. I think it was Wednesday. I got contacted by somebody at the Greenwood Fire Hall saying, if you want some chicken, we got some for you. And I said, okay, I'll take some. This was Wednesday. So they're not normally there on Wednesday. It was a police unity tour. And so I got to go over and hang out a little bit.
And
got
it
myself
was
some chicken.
really good chicken.
It was
just
really
as
good
tender
chicken.
as it could be.
When you get
Yes.
Greenwood barbecue chicken unexpectedly, it's really good.
Yeah,
You know.
it was nice.
All right.
Nice surprise.
I'm going to leave you if that's okay. I appreciate you being
right.
here today.
I'm glad Linda was here today to
Yep,
help
get
out.
Linda to come over real quick.
Oh, Linda, can you make it?
If she can. All right, Dawn Kennedy, I'll be there cleaning and care.
Okay.
Another good sponsor of the show. And I just want to let you know, if you are tired of cleaning your own house and you want some help, Dawn will give you a hand, whether you have her do it one time or a bunch of times or monthly or quarterly or whatever. Dawn Kennedy, I'll be there cleaning and care. We'll help you out, okay? So she does offices, she does condos, she does Airbnbs. She kind of does whatever you may want done. Oh, you taking a picture? Oh, here we go. All right. So if you need cleaning done, whether it's, like at my store, I could get her to clean my offices or the showroom, or you could get her to clean your house, or again, Airbnbs, a camper, a motorhome. She does the inside of them. She's very particular, very priced right. Everything she's done for me, I've been very happy, okay? So I have rentals. So when one tenant moves out and another one moves in, I get her to clean them up. So anyway, it's Dawn Kennedy. I'll be there cleaning and care. Give Dawn a call. She is so popular, they named a dish detergent after her. 302, Linda like that, 302-362-7064, 362-7064. I'll be there cleaning and care. Dawn Kennedy, you'll like her. She'll do you a good job. Tell her I sent you. Dawn, good morning if you're listening. Linda, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Were you thinking Colin wanted to be on again?
No,
Oh, I didn't know what you were telling them over there a minute ago.
Oh, no, we're good.
Okay, all
We're
right.
good.
Are you good?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm
you're
trying,
back from your trip.
I'm trying to post as quickly
Okay.
as I can.
Oh, take your time. You got all day.
Okay. No, well, I
I'll
don't.
have a second breakfast.
I really don't.
Okay. I just want to say thanks for your help with the show.
Oh, no, I
Okay.
appreciate the opportunity to help.
Yep, and you're a good
Do what I-
helper, and Jim's a good backup over there.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
got to
just
tell
nice
you,
to have
when we were out in Vegas, they have a lot of shows out there.
Okay.
But none of them are as good as this one.
Wow,
None
I'll
of them.
take that as a compliment.
Yeah, and I think you ought to take it on the road.
Get a motorhome, wrap it, and take you with us, right?
Absolutely.
Right,
I'll
so
even-
we'll be all over.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Yeah.
it'd be www. Where's Jim? There's two Jims, so where is Jim this week? So or whatever that is.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna leave you. Is that
All right.
okay?
Yeah, that's good.
All right,
That's really
I'll
good.
see
I
you.
got work to do.
She's got work to do. I interrupted her, to be honest with you. So anyway, other than that, we're here. We're live. We're sitting at Beach's Restaurant. Colin, if you want to, nope. He's handing off. He's doing a handoff. I didn't know if he wanted to come join me or not. But anyway, we're here at Beach's Restaurant. Everything is good. And I just want to say thanks a lot to the audience for your support. It's a great place. Greg, how you doing? So we've had a really good turnout. I see Esther over there. How you doing? And I see Joanne Young. She is here. Is that Mr. Argo here this morning? Yes, it is. It is. So anyway, so we have had a really, really good turnout. So if you want to make plans to join us next week, I'll get Frank to buy everybody's breakfast. That's what we'll do next week. No, he's got to get that approved. In other words, Frank. That's a good one. He is so smart. He's always, what's that shirt say? Assume I'm the smartest one in the room or something. Anyway, Frank's a good guy. Assume I'm always right. You can assume I'm the smartest one in the room. But anyway, just come every Saturday we're going to be here. We're not buying breakfast, so we're not offering to buy your breakfast, but we're offering to allow you to eat breakfast amongst us, okay? So there's a lot of people here. It's been a good show, and I want to say thanks to all the people that did come. We're at Beach's Restaurant in Milton, Delaware. They've got a wonderful, wonderful breakfast menu. Their pancakes are like none I've ever had other than Denise's. There's none better than Denise's. But at the same time, I'm telling you, Beach's is a close second. So anyway, everything is made from scratch. The gentleman in the back, his name is Jonathan, and he is a chef. He does a good job. And Kiki's out here waiting on tables. And is the other lady's name Tamara? I think I'm right. Man, I am on a roll here with names today. So anyway, and we are going to get the president of the Cape and Lopin School Board on here one of these days, and we're going to chat about things and see how it goes. So that's her official invitation, and we're going to track her down and talk to her sometime and find out what's going on. What's going on? What's the other side of the story is what we want to know. So the video was only one part of it. So with that said, we're here. We're at Beach's Restaurant. We're having a good time. Thank you to each and every person that has tuned in or listened. Weller's is open. They tell me we're swamp plump busy today, but come on in. We will take care of you. We're open today till 2, and we've had a really good week. We have a lot of trailers in stock. We want to let you know there's a lot of other people that sell trailers, and we appreciate our competitors. We want you to know we will not be undersold. So if you find something that you think is less expensive, share it with us. Tell us. We'll either tell you why it is. There are differences in trailers, so there may be a reason that it is. We had somebody just the other day found a trailer for less money, had no idea that the cross members were in the floor, were further apart, and it didn't have plywood walls. There was a lot of differences. So I hear the music. I got to stop. We're out of time. God bless you all. Thank you for listening to the show. It is live every Saturday morning from Beach's Restaurant in Milton. Weller Does Delmarva. See ya. All right, we're in the final few minutes, 10, 15 minutes left on TV. I'm not sure exactly how long, but anyway, 20 seconds. You ever want to advertise on TV, Delmarva, do what I do. Give Colin a call, 302-242-8015. Colin or Golin, whoever you call. But anyway, I'm getting results and happy with TV Delmarva. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a safe weekend. I'll see you. Bye-bye.